And we're live from Creston, British Columbia for the second last time. Welcome all of you to Creston, British Columbia. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here, Stock Markets with Bruce, as he is a little behind getting things organized, but I have a good reason for that. Uncle Bruce here, Stock Markets. I have a real good reason for that. We're drowning in boxes around here. It's just a mess, and I don't know how. I really have trouble envisioning the fact that this house will be empty in 48 hours, that there'll be nothing in it in 48 hours from what we have had to where we are. I do recognize tremendous advancements have been made in the last week, 2, 3, but I just have a tough time envisioning that. Are you kidding me? That everything in here is gone? Unbelievable. We are moving from Creston. Thank you for joining us for Stock Markets with Bruce here in Canada. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce as we try to cover the markets in plain English while moving at the same time. Not easily done. Becoming a nomad. Jennifer and I, Aunt Jen and I are heading out of here to become traveling nomads for the foreseeable future. And we're kind of excited. We're kind of nervous. We're kind of all the emotions. They're all flying out. We are finding stuff in the house that we have forgotten about. When you're 65 going on 66, you got to cut me a break, kids. I'm not a 25-year-old college kid moving from home to a college campus. I'm not a 30-year-old who's moving from a college campus to a real house, or from an apartment with a buddy into our own place. We have 40 plus years together. We got crap. Like a lot of you have crap, we've got crap. And we have moved many times and have had the purge many times, but it never stops. The purge never ends. If you folks think out there, oh, I'll watch how Uncle Bruce moves. It's easy. I'll do when it's our turn to move, we'll do the purge like Uncle Bruce. It'll be easy. He'll show me the way. Gosh darn it to heck, it's not easy at all. It is unbelievable. You start going through boxes that you realize, this is the third time I'm going through this box. In 15 years, this is the third time I'm going through this box. This box is from 1995, or it's from 2000, or it's from 2007, and back in 07, this was the final solution. This stuff was supposed to be dealt with for once and for all. Here we are in 2021, dealing with it again. And what do we do with this stuff? And the thing that happens in life, and you guys better get used to this, those of you who are now in your 30s and 40s, because the next decade and two are going to be scary changes. You start going through stuff today that reminds you of people that have left you. That this is from my mom and dad's stuff. They're not here anymore. This is so-and-so stuff. They're not here anymore. Do we throw this away? The emotional ties to this stuff is overpoweringly, the guilts just you really wonder, geez, what do I do? And then you look at your kids, and I have one, and I mentioned to my youngster, yeah, listen, you want your grandfather's blah blah blah, and she goes, no, and you go, oh, you don't want my dad's this, no, I don't, and you kind of go, gee, well, there's the break there. How soon are they forgotten once you're gone? Dad went. Now, I'm carrying him alive. Beyond me is the kid, and the kid's just going, no. This is tough. This is a life lesson, and you figure, well, when she gets older, she'll be more, into it, right? And not happening. Anyway, there you go. Welcome to the life lesson today. Welcome to Wednesday. Richard, thank you for letting me know it's Wednesday. Thank you. It is Wednesday today, which means it's earnings day today for GameStop, and it's earnings day today for, I think, Rocket Lab, they tell me. And so we've got two stocks that are going to report today after the market, and we're going to find out how they're doing. One of the two companies, Rocket Lab, is a brand new listed company, and we can cut it all kinds of slack because they do not have to come out with a blockbuster earnings report. They do not have to come out with a lot of detail per se. They've just gone public. They've just divulged everything about everything they are, and they're just starting to trade, starting to become followed, and the stock is becoming to get discovered by new investors. It's all good at Rocket Lab, and the stock did okay the last week or two. I mean, who's complaining? We were sitting around the $10-11 neighborhood, and yesterday we were 1646, all-time high. Right now 1417. We're jumping all over the place. I'm cutting Rocket Lab all the breaks it deserves, being a new company. The other one, GameStop, however, they have to deliver something today. They have to begin to give us an indication of their progress down the road, heading down the road they wanted to head down. And we have Mr. Ryan Cohen in charge of the company now as chairman of the board. He has a CEO in place. He has CFO in place. They have product development teams. They have VPs. They have all their people in place at GameStop. Now, admittedly, many of them have only been there for a few months. 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. I get it. It's okay. I'm not looking for the kind of changes that would be life-altering changes in 3 months' time, because after all, we're talking about a 20-plus-year-old company. Beyond that, even beyond that, who's we got a lot of work to do on a very big ship. Let's just say this is a big old cruise ship that started sailing in the 90s and the early 2000s, and we're now trying to modernize it to 2021, 2022 standards. You don't do that in 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 12 weeks. I get it. But you do indicate to the staff or to its investors, which would be my viewers here, you do indicate to the investors just where you're at, where you're going, and how it's coming along, and where are you headed to? Where are we going? And today might be a very good day today for GameStop to do just that. And a lot of us are very patiently waiting. Maybe not all of us as patient as others, but there's a lot of patience being exhibited by GameStop investors to say, go ahead, do what you need to do. We know you've raised $1.9 billion. You've eliminated all debt. You have started to transform the company from a brick and mortar only to a brick and mortar and now e-commerce type company, and you're going further in that direction. You are looking into other areas of commerce. The fungible, non-fungible token thing looks like there's something happening there. Perhaps some kind of tournament organization type something going on with worldwide gaming. Something's happening there. We don't know. We hear. We wonder. We understand you don't need to reveal all your secrets to us because if you do, you reveal to the competition. But on the other hand, you can tell us of accomplishments. And there are a couple of accomplishments maybe you could take the opportunity to talk about, which would be, how are you doing in Pennsylvania? How's that thing in York, Pennsylvania coming along? What percentage are you completed that project? When will it be ready to roll? When is it up and running as a distribution center? And how busy do you expect it to be? How many employees will be working there, as an example? Give us an idea. Reno, Nevada, new distribution center there. Was announced about a quarter ago. How's that coming along? What's that looking like? Progress. Just. We're very patient. We're very loyal. We're very excited. We look forward to the next 6 months and the year. We look forward to this Christmas coming up. We're hoping that this holiday season will be a good one. We do understand and realize that gaming systems, brand new consoles came out last year. There are no new consoles this year. We get it. So there's no hype around that. Just we're hoping that you're getting inventory in that you need to ship out and that you have what you have and you got your inventory levels under control. How are you doing for inventory? How are you doing for the number of items you offer now? How many items do you offer now online that you used to offer before? How's it going? We're just kind of going, hey, talk to us about that. Anything else you want to talk to us about would be terrific. New hires, perhaps, or new directions. Yeah. but give us something. Don't tell us that sales are up 17% from last year at this time. This is our gross revenues. This is our net revenues, or we made money, or we lost money, or we lost less money than last year. That's okay. You have to tell us that. You have to do that. Don't just tell us that. Don't just only tell us the minimum. Give us a little more to chew on, because we will spread the word about the potential of this company. We're dying to talk to other people about it. We love to talk to each other and speculate amongst ourselves just where we're headed. If you could give us the direction you want us to talk about, or maybe highlight something that we're not talking enough about, maybe we're here. I'm here. If you want to have someone, if you'd be interested, GameStop, to have someone actually come on my show and be willing to, chat about the company's future or what, that would be, it's an open invitation. Anyone from GameStop that would like to contact me and say, hey, Bruce, I'm so-and-so with the investor relations department, or I'm such and such from the development team, or I'm with the whatever. And I've been asked to give you a shout, and love to talk to you about what's going on. And I would love to talk to you and your followers about what we're doing. I understand you have almost 90-something thousand, you have over 90,000 plus subscribers. You have thousands of investors that follow you about our company. It's a way for us to reach out to our shareholders through you. One of the ways. Yeah, I'm open. I'm more than happy to accommodate a GameStop spokes individual to talk about whatever. If you just want to, talk about only what you want to talk about, and you don't want to take questions from our viewers, fair enough. Or if you do take questions and you say, I'm sorry, I can't answer that question because, that's company information I can't divulge. I understand. We're very flexible here. I'm more than happy to do it. If someone at Rocket Lab would like to appear on this show, if someone from SoFi would like to appear, or Matterport, 23andMe, SmartRent, Spire Global, ATIP Physical Therapy, they're all here. I'm following all these shares. Anyone from these companies would like to appear on this show to tell us how you're doing and what's coming up, let me know, because I think that this channel represents tens of millions of shares in all of these companies. I think that this show has followers on this channel that, added up, combined with shares and options, I think we control tens of millions of shares of these companies through this channel. It's a tiny channel, but it's a powerful little sucker, and it's got a following here. And we love to talk about what we own, and we love to talk about the prospects of what is going on. Just give us a chance to spread the correct message. What is it you want us talking about, GameStop? What don't you want us talking about? What topic is off track? Where do you want to steer us? Where should we be? What road should we be going down together, so that when we talk about project whatever, that's exactly what GameStop would like people to be talking about. Help us, just help us out. I'm more than happy to work it. And anyway, we'll see what we can do. Anyway, if any of you out there who are watching me today, watching this rerun, if you're watching the show on a rerun, number one, give this show a thumbs up. So that's the number one thing you can do. If you're here live, or if you're here on a rerun, hit the thumbs up button right now. You want YouTube to promote this channel to more GameStop people, to more Matterport people, to more Rocket Lab people. You want this show exposed to as many of these folks as possible, because we love talking about these companies all the time. SoFi, IBM, even YBM. We love talking about Matterport, 23andMe, SmartRent, Spire Global, ATIP Physical Therapy, Sextera. We talk about these stocks all the time. If you want these stocks talked about more and shared with more people who should know about these stocks, hit the thumbs up button right now. Do yourself a favor, help me, help you, help them grow this channel. That's number one. All right. But number two, if you're just watching this show live or on a rerun, and you happen to know someone who knows someone that might know someone, or there's a way that you know some, you think there's a way that somehow, some way, this YouTuber's message can reach any of these investor relations departments from any of these companies, where the word is, hey, there's this YouTuber guy. He's called Uncle Bruce among his clientele, among the clan that hang out with him. Uncle Bruce talks about these stocks all the time, including the company you work with, and he's a fan. He really likes to talk about how you guys are doing. If you'd like to help him tell the world a little more accurately what's really going on, or if there's an area of your company's growth that you really would like him to be aware of, this is your chance. This guy is wide open to being contacted by your company through any channel you want to use to say, hey, Bruce, look, this is what we're doing. This is what we're about. We really love your channel, or we've heard about you, or we understand you have a YouTube channel, or there's a rumor out there that perhaps you have something like a YouTube channel or something like that. You talk to a lot of people who could be shareholders of ours. You know what? Here we go. Here's some info for you to pass along. Let me know. Any of you out there who can help that happen, you let me know, because I'm just a YouTube guy at Creston, British Columbia at the moment, and I'm about to become a nomad from starting out of Calgary, and then I'll be in California, Arizona, we hope, with travel restrictions being lifted, and then we'll be traveling the world. Hey, look, if it's possible for me to go to a corporate office of one of these companies to actually say hi to some, that would be cool. But again, with COVID and variants, and I get it. It's okay. I'm more than happy to have a telephone call. More than happy to exchange some emails. More than happy to do some FaceTime, whatever, or come on a channel, whatever you like. If you want to do it, not with your face on a camera, I get it. I understand. It's okay. I'm here. Hello. That's right, Paul. Hello. Anyway, there it is. There's your open invitation to any of these stocks that we follow. Let's see what happens. So if any of you out there can help out this channel and get us exposed to some of these potential great companies with these great management teams with such potential, I would be delighted to talk to them and help promote their cause and let the world in on what's going on. Rocket Lab right now down 32 cents apparently, although I'm not sure if that's true. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at 14.18 last trade on Rocket Lab pre-market. 33,000 traded, last at 14.18. That's down 32 cents from last night's close. Does that mean the stock will open there? No, it does not. It just indicates a pre-market trading in range that the stock's in. Has nothing to do with what it's going to actually do on the opening. If we were at 1 million shares right now, then I can tell you there's some serious volume going on. But 33,000 shares, not enough to get all excited about it. GameStop is at $201 right now, $201 a share. It indicates up $2 on 26,700 shares. Not a lot of stock, but if you do multiply $200 times 26,000 shares, you're getting some money changing hands here. And so that's a little more, there's a little more money on the table on this one. But it is at 201.30 right now, up to $230 a share. Today is earnings day, and we'll see what's going on. There's a headline here. It says, this is from Thornton McHenry. It says here, GameStop earnings will put spotlight on Ryan Cohen's plan to keep the meme stock rally rolling. I don't think Ryan Cohen lives to keep a meme stock rally going. I don't think that's his operandus. What is that called? His I don't think that's his mantra. I was going to say something in Latin, but I forgot what it is. Operandus operandi. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's his creed. I don't think that's his motto, that I'm going to keep the meme stock rally going. No, I think his game plan is to grow this company into a powerhouse that it can become. I think that's really what his overall plan is. I think he wants to take little old sleepy GameStop over here from what it was years ago to what it can be going forward, which is going to be the dominant gaming retailer global distributor, and much, much more. There you Modus operandi, Bob and Larry and Pete and Fergan and Andrew and Mr. Seneca and Kevin and all you guys. Pick home. You guys are listening and you're watching and you're helping me. You're my backups. Thank you guys. Without you, this channel would be nothing. These folks are, as you can pretty well tell, they are all pretty well, every one of them here are members of this channel. They're the backbone of this channel. They keep me out of trouble. Thank you guys so much. Modus operandi. I feel like I'm the coyote in a Roadrunner movie. You see me going, and it says modus operandi, and then the Roadrunner, quickest Maximus. I love those cartoons. Don't you remember those great Roadrunner cartoons? Remember the originals though, right? Not the ones they made later, the cheap ones. I'm talking about the original Looney Tune Roadrunner cartoons that were of the highest quality with incredible sound effects, fantastic graphics. They spent money making them. I love those cartoons. Gosh, I love that stuff. Yes. Wile E. Coyote genius. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Wheat Wild is saying here. Thank you for the donation here. Hey, Bruce, been working offshore for the past 5 weeks. Wi-Fi was terrible, so I couldn't watch you. I missed you. Can you please explain what are warrants? What are warrants? Warrants are like stock options, except that instead of representing 100 shares per option, a warrant represents a stock. A warrant allows the holder of a warrant allows that person to send money to the company at a set price for a set amount of time, usually years. And they can acquire additional shares from the treasury of the company, putting money into the treasury itself. In effect, the option is being sold or being handed to a shareholder by the corporation itself. So a company might say, we'd like to issue 20% more shares than we have right now at about what we're trading at right now, and we'll give our investors a year to decide if they want to send us any more money, or 2 years or 5 years. There are some SPACs that have come out with warrants that are good for 5 years, where you can give the company $11.50 a share, for example. For every warrant you have, you can give them $11.50 to $11.50 and acquire a new share in the company going forward. In the meantime, while you have it, while the warrant is in your account, it tracks the value of the stock that you can acquire with this warrant. So if the shares on the open market go up in price, your warrant goes up in value because you are locked in for a specific share at a specific price. So if you can buy stock at $11.50 for 5 years, and it's 4.5 years to go until the warrant expires, it will track the price of the stock in the meantime. So if the shares go to $15 and you could buy a share at $11.50, every warrant you have is in the money, $3.50. The difference between $11.50, what you can buy the stock for from the treasury, versus what it's trading for on the open market, $15. That's a $3.50 differential. So your warrant has a $3.50 book value plus time value, because of course much more can happen over the next 4.5 years. So some people out there will go, well, in the next 4.5 years, the stock will go to 20. It comes to grow. It'll go at least to 20. That means the warrant will be worth $8.50 plus time. Well, if it's worth $3.50 now, and the stock could go up to 20, the warrant could go up to $8.50. I'll pay $4.50 for the warrant right now. I'll give you $4.50 for your warrant. You don't have to buy the stock from the company. I'll buy it from the company, or I'll take the risk. I'll take the warrant on from you. If you want to sell right now for $4.50, I'll take it. Other warrants are trading at 20 cents, 40 cents, 80 cents, $1.50, $2, $6. They trade at all kinds of prices, depending on the stock that is represented by the warrant. That's a warrant. All right, I hope that explains. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I got my mother to buy 10 shares of GameStop. Well done. Smart move. I think that's a smart move. Your mom now will watch everything about GameStop, and she'll pay more attention to you. Rather than, oh, there he goes again talking about the GameStop. He just won't stop talking about it. Now she's got some skin in the game. So she's going to say, what do you know about GameStop? What's the latest on the GameStop? Are you sure you wanted her to do that? Are you sure? Now you're in trouble now, buddy. This thing better perform. Now you're like me. Now you know what it's like to be me. You've convinced someone to buy GameStop, and now it's your fault if this doesn't go up. You're just like me. It's my fault if the stock doesn't do well. I get blamed. So now, welcome to the YouTube community, buddy. You just don't have a channel. You have a channel of one. Well, let's see what happens. We'll see what's going on. Abate Baking says, I'm expecting GameStop to go down by as much as $50 a share with the earnings coming out. But I'll be pleasantly surprised if something crazy happens and it goes up instead. Well, everyone is expecting the stock to go down. Everybody. I think even CNBC, they can't wait for the earnings to come out after the bell. They can't wait to show the chart on their big fat computer, on their television screens, to watch it just drop like a rock after the earnings come. They can't wait. They're already saying, very few analysts are covering it, but those who do cover it say the company's going to lose 70 cents a share. So they can't wait. They're already prepping their audience for the deadbeat GameStop company that is going to report after the bell. I mean, they've primed their audience at CNBC. Well, so to me, I'm thinking, okay, you prime your audience for that. The internet primes the audience. You're priming yourselves. Wall Street Bets is priming everybody about the demise of GameStop. Reddit, every vlogger, blogger, whatever. It's all about the stock's just going to go down, 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 down. Guess what's going to happen to the stock? That's right. It could go straight up. It could. Anyway, there it is. I think Uncle Bruce might be overestimating his channel's reach. I'm laughing my what off. Well, I'll tell you, you're here, and you talk to people. I don't know. I think there's a lot of folks here who talk to, a lot of people talk to people, and you never know. You just never know the one connection that is a connection that is connection. Next thing you know, someone at one of these public companies goes, yeah, I know about that guy. I've heard about this this character. He plays Yoko Ono music from time to time. I mean, we're not going to take him seriously. He's just, he's just a promoter. He's a shill. He's just a shill. But what they might not recognize is the fact that there could well be 20,000 people watching this channel on a regular basis, on a rotating basis, that have anywhere from 100 to 1,000 shares each on average that they own. And you multiply that out and you go, geez, 8% of the company is here. 12% of the company is here. 18% of the free float and 22% of the free float is here. Possible. It's entirely possible. I don't know. I'm just saying. I would say, I can tell you this, as a former president of a publicly traded company, I can rest assure you, I can absolutely assure you of this little ditty, okay? My partner and I, my good buddy of mine, he and I took a company public way back in 1990, 91, before anything like this existed, of course. And we were publicly traded. We went out at $1 a share. We came out at $1 a share, and we would have killed. We would have done anything for someone like this, a character, just a character like this, talking about our company every day, 5 days a week, twice a day, live on a social media platform. We would have done anything, whatever. We would have sent this guy a T-shirt with our company logo on it. We would have sent him a hat. We would have sent him a sleeve of golf balls. We would have sent him a coffee cup with our corporate logo on it. We would have sent him a pens with our corporate logo on it. Anything, everything. Just, hey, thanks for talking about us. Just, hey, yeah, you're talking about us all the time. We know. We know you're talking about us. We love it. Whenever we had a press release, we would make absolutely certain that we would have one couriered to his house or office with the latest news. We would make sure we would have his email address. We would make sure we could get him this official information the minute it was official. Why? Because he doesn't charge anything. It's free. He doesn't ask for anything. He's not even a shareholder of the company. He's just a spokesperson. He's a talker. He's just a talker. He's a storyteller. He just tells stories all the time, but he talks about our company all the time. And who does he talk to all the time? Our shareholders. He's talking to a bunch of our shareholders all the time. If I had a guy like that when I was the president of a publicly traded company, I would have done anything for this guy. I would have contacted him and said, "Hey, you ever wanna put me on camera? I'd be happy to talk to you. I'd be happy to visit you. I will come to your office and sit right beside you, and we'll talk together, if that's possible. Otherwise, we can do what we do in 2021. We can just talk over a little computer thing, and I'll split the screen in half, and we'll have a chat. That'd be great. Or if the president of the company says, or someone says, I can't do it live. I can't do it live, but I can do a recording with you, because there's a lot of ums and ers and uhs, and you can edit it to kind of smooth it out. I'd be happy to do that. Or you can send me a list of questions you'd like to talk to me about, and I'll reply to you and tell you, hey, look, out of the 15 questions you sent, I can talk to you about these 5. How about that? That's what I would have done as the president of a publicly traded company, because I look at what this guy does from the outside looking in. I'm going, this is gold. This is free company promotion without any strings attached. The guy doesn't want anything. He doesn't want anything. Because my thinking is, if I talk about a company I like and a company I think has good prospects, that's my call. That's my call to make, nobody else's. And if you folks like what I say, great. If you don't, it's okay. You don't have to agree with me. It's up to you. But I think a lot of you folks do agree with what I'm talking about with respect to some of these companies. And you are shareholders of these companies, and you do deserve the latest info on what's going on with these companies. And a lot of you are kind of getting info about your publicly held companies. You're getting info through your broker platform thing, through this. That's how you're getting info. You're not getting it from the company direct. You're not on their mailing list. You're certainly not part of their investor relations mail outs or anything like that. They don't even know you exist. Through me, they could find out, oh my God, this guy talks to hundreds of our investors, hundreds of our shareholders, maybe thousands. And if you play it right, this is my thing. You play it right with a guy like me, a yokel local like me, a local yokel. I could probably attract more shareholders to your stock. You show me what's going on. Help me tell the world what's going on. More people will be aware of what's happening with your company. And isn't that what you want? I can tell you that my business partner and I, we spend hours, days, weeks, and months grappling with how can we get the word out about what we do. We had this little company making yardage guides, as I showed last night. We made these little yardage guides for our little company. And we wanted the world to know that we made these the best yardage guides in the business for casual golfers, for tourists who could go golfing at these resorts. Got these for nothing. We wanted the world to know we were the best producer of this product. And the golf courses that we had loved them. They loved these things. Because what they would get is they would get letters in the mail from like a travel agent in Kansas City saying, listen, I got a group of bowlers, and they're looking to do a 2-week vacation in Arizona, and they're going to be staying at the whatever resort. Can you give us a golf thing, a package for Tuesday, February for a round of golf? What do you got for a group of 20 or a group of 50? And the golf pro or golf director, the director of golf, would throw in a couple of these in their package. They'd throw a letter in there saying, here's what we have. Here's a brochure. Here's a couple of these. Every one of your guys gets one of these. Our profile yardage guides would be handed out as a promo package and part of the promo package. And they would tell us this. My buddy and I were sitting there going, how can we get the market to know this? How can we get the stock market to know what it is we do and how much we are adored by our clients? Our customers love us. And we have no trouble. We actually have golf courses calling us who want us to add them into this program. How can we let the market know that we could be doing 10 million of these books a year, these little yardage guides a year, with advertising in there, so that Titleist and Wilson and ProStaff and all the golf manufacturers can advertise to golfers on the back cover of this thing, the inside cover of this thing. We could make millions in advertising by handing out tens of millions of these to golfers all around the United States, Canada, Hawaii. How can we do that? Well, if someone came up to me and said, well, there's this guy who hosts 2 live shows a day talking about stocks all the time. And he talks about your company all the time. He talks about you guys. He just loves what you're doing. I'd have just dropped my pants. I'd go, you can't kidding me. Really? There's someone out there who is this guy? What does he do? Who's he talking to? How many people does he have? Is he accurate? Does he have the full story? Does he need more info? Should we contact him? And that's what I would have done. I would have found a way to find this individual no matter where they were, and I would have scheduled a future business trip somehow, some way, to somehow rendezvous with this person somehow, some way, any way possible, to encourage them to keep it going. Because my thinking as a president of a publicly traded company is, if I got a spokesperson who's giving us free exposure to investors who could theoretically double their position at a drop of a hat, who could triple their position, quadruple their position, buy the stock every time it dips. I mean, these are the shareholders of shareholders that you want to have as a publicly traded company, loyal to the end. Tell me what I have to do to reach this person. Just tell me anything. I'll take whatever it takes. That's what I would have thought. That was the world I was in 1989, 90, 91. That was the world that existed when I was the president of a publicly traded company. Of course, that's 30 years ago, and the world has completely changed, because now up is down, down is up, making money is bad, losing money is good, stocks get promoted if they're losers, winners get poo-pooed and get slammed. So the world has completely changed, obviously, but shareholders are shareholders. They're still there, and they think they deserve to know what's going on, and they want to know what's going on. If someone can help them figure out what's going on, I think it's a good thing. It's just, what can I say? I do the best I can with what I got, kids. I'm just a guy sitting in front of a computer in a house full of boxes, becoming a nomad, about to travel the world, who might knock on your door, say, hey, listen, I understand you watch me from time to time. Jennifer and I, the hotel down the street is booked. There's no vacancy. You got any room? Can we hang out for a night? Just thought I'd pop by and say hi. Anyway, I do what I can. So yeah, maybe I'm a little peon in the big world of the markets. But I tell you right now, there are shareholders here, and there are friends who have shareholders here. There are relatives of yours who are shareholders through here. There's a lot of people, a lot of you talk to about these stocks that are shareholders of this company. You add it up, and I think we got ourselves a powerful little machine here. But I would love to talk more about these companies if they want to let me know what they're up to. The doors are wide open. My email address to reach me is down below in the description. I'm not hiding from anybody. You can reach me through brucerobert@hotmail.com and say, hi, Bruce, I'm so-and-so in the investor relations department with company blah, blah, blah. I got an email or a text message from someone I know who said, they were watching you today, and you were talking about the need for information about what we're doing. What can we send you? What can we do? Would you like to talk to one of us over here? We have spokespeople that talk to media kind of guys like you. We'd love to talk to you. You're tiny. You don't have millions of subscribers, but then again, how many channels have millions of subscribers that talk about stocks? How many? Can you name 25 different channels with millions of subscribers? You can't. I can't. These channels are small. We're small, boutique little outfits that we have found our niche, and we have found our clientele, our viewers, and we have found the stocks we like to talk about, or investment instruments, or whatever we like to do. And we zero in on what we like, and that's where we go. I don't talk about stuff I don't know anything about. Why would I talk to you guys about detailed Forex trading opportunities between Swiss and Belgian currencies? Are you kidding me? Go somewhere else for that. But if you want to talk about GameStop, you want to talk about Rocket Lab, you want to talk about 23andMe, hey, hello. We do talk about that a lot. More than happy. So anyway, folks, you never know. Maybe I will get an email or two, or the odd funny little message from someone who says, I know a guy who knows a guy, or I talked to a guy who's with so-and-so. I talked to them. They told me to give you their name and number. Give them a call. I'm happy to try to follow up off the air when I have the time. Right now we're moving, but nonetheless, there you go. So let's see what happens. Today is GameStop day. Today is GameStop day. There are 4 days like this a year. Every year there are 4 days where GameStop releases their financials. First, second, third, and fourth quarter, including year end. And today is quarter, I believe, number 2. And here we are, 201.49 on the stock with 19 minutes to go before the opening. The shares are up 249 in the pre-market. 30,000 traded today. Not a lot. We're here, and you know what? We'll see what's going on. One never ever knows what can happen when one puts the word out. But hey, look, anyone from these companies want to spread the word of what they're up to? Let me know. I'm reachable. I'm not invisible, and I'm not hiding. We might be nomads, but we're not hard to find. Let me know, guys. Let me know. Let's see what's going on. Anyway, there it is. Welcome one and all to the channel this morning. Thank you, those of you who are here as those who are here as members. Those of you who are not members, welcome to the channel today. Nice to have you here. I'm looking forward to the market open and how the market's going to react today. We're down 26 points on the Dow in the pre-market. Nothing too serious, considering it dropped 260 yesterday. We're only down 24 points here. And to be fair to the Dow, for the last 3 hours yesterday, 4 hours, we were already down 200 plus points with 3-4 hours to go. We just didn't recover anywhere. We didn't go any lower either. So really the Dow had its 200 point drop in the first 2-3 hours of the day, and then it was flat after that, give or take a few points. S&P is down 2 points. This is not a problem. The NASDAQ is down 5 points after setting another record high yesterday. And it's not a record high for the year or for the month. All-time record high close on the NASDAQ yesterday. The 54th this year, 54. Yeah, we're up there. We're going higher. These markets are going to go higher. They're not going to go lower. There is not going to be a crash. I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry to disappoint you out there. If you're looking for a crash to come where the market is going to have a terrible time, forget about it. It's not in the cards at all. This old guy been around too many times to see the dance happen. I can tell you that there is no crash on the horizon for this stock market. This stock market is drowning in capital. Investors are drowning in cash. Consumers of this planet are drowning in capital on average. I will admit not every single human being on earth is drowning in cash. No. But as a whole, as an overall indication of just how the world economy is doing, a huge amount of capital is on the sidelines, trying to be spent, actually. It's looking for a place to invest in. It's looking for products to buy, and it's being held up. One indicator is Ford Motor Company. The Ford Motor Company with their F-150 pickup trucks. There are probably tens of thousands, there might be 100,000 or more trucks parked all over the place through Ford plants that cannot be delivered to dealerships because of lack of certain parts. And the dealerships are dying for inventory. I mean, every Ford dealer, I am sure, if you drive by a typical Ford dealer in your hometown, you've probably noticed how few vehicles they have in their lots. You've been through the Chevy dealer, you've been through the GMC dealers, you've been through other dealers. Any of you have gone into car dealerships, and I'm sorry to hear it if you had to do it, because sometimes it's not a pleasant experience. But as hard as car dealers try to make it as pleasant as possible, you've probably been talked to a car salesman, perhaps, and you've heard from a friend of a friend or what have you that there's no inventory here, man. We got like 50 cars. We're supposed to usually have 500. We have 50. And of the next 200 that are coming in, 180 are already sold. They're not even gonna be on the lot. They're going to be in the prep area and then delivered right to the customer. I mean, we have pre-sold inventory like you can't believe. That's one area. Many other areas of the economy are in the same boat. Inventory is not arriving on time, not arriving because of lack of assembly or shipping delays, bottlenecks. There's all kinds of issues, and we're finding that the economy is sitting on a lot of capital that could be employed in the economy, but the capital cannot be employed in the economy because merchandise is not arriving when it's supposed to arrive, and there are delays, and so everything's on a bit of a we're firing on 6 of 8 cylinders. The engine's running rough right now. Today, I heard that the pilots for American Airlines are going to go on strike. They're going to do rotating walkouts. Why? Because they're being overworked. And I'm kind of going, how can that be? How can American Airlines have pilots being overworked when I bet you only 3/4 of the pilots are flying? There's a quarter of the pilots who are probably sitting at home wanting to get work and not being hired back. What is the problem here? And I think I've got it figured out. Airlines are masters, absolute craftsmen when it comes to the organization of their labor force. Airlines are experts in what's called just-in-time delivery. They have this ability, when things work right, to deliver human beings just on time to where they have to go as they promised. Globally, through every time zone imaginable and through unbelievable myriads of rules and regulations to get people from Cincinnati to Newark or from Philadelphia to St. Louis. It's amazing how they can do this. 24 hours, 7 days a week, time changes, and all the rules required to get people from one place to another, and goods, the belly of the plane full of stuff. They're experts at scheduling their employees for shifts. It's an amazing system. How they've done it is mind-numbing to me, because they can schedule crews of airline employees, cabin crews, for example, the pilots and the flight attendants. They can schedule these people globally and make it work. It is just unbelievable. The planes always fly. They always run. They always work. It's like a Greyhound bus. It's always moving, and there's always a driver behind the seat. And the Greyhound bus, usually, when it's run right, especially in the old days when Greyhound had their act together, those buses were always going. The guys behind the wheel were different. That one bus would have different drivers behind it all week long. Planes, same thing. Planes do not have the same pilot in every plane. No. Pilots fly different aircraft all the time. Same model, but different aircraft number. And so they never get used to the one plane. They're not like one pilot, one plane for life. No, it is constant churn. And these airlines have a way of marrying up airplanes in far-off destinations with crews who overnight in London or overnight in Paris or overnight in New York or they overnight in LA. And then it's incredible. There are some crew that, flight attendant lives in Los Angeles and another flight attendant lives in St. Louis, another one lives in Chicago, and one lives in Atlanta. And somehow they are able to be coordinated in the aircraft to meet up with other flight attendants. It's incredible. It's just amazing. So how is it that American Airlines has pilots complaining about being overworked? They're dead tired. They don't like the scheduling. What's going on? There's not enough business for you guys. They don't have all their airplanes in the sky. What is going to happen when the airlines ramp up to full capacity? They're nowhere near full capacity, and they're having problems now. I kind of go, what? So there's something not right there. Now, it could well be that the pilots feel being hard done by, and that the airline is being chintzy in bringing back the number of pilots they should have been bringing back. Maybe that's it. I'm sure there's a legitimate reason. Safety in the sky is paramount for everybody. I get it. Right now, it's a PR war. It's a PR war between the pilots and the airline for the public sympathy, rather than just, why don't you sit down at the table and work it out? And maybe, just maybe, the pilots tried to work it out, and the airline tried to work it out. And both sides believe the other side's being unreasonable. The airline is going, guys, we're bleeding red ink. We are losing millions of dollars an hour. And we cannot afford to hire 2,500 more of you guys to handle the load that isn't there. and the pilots are going, we cannot be forced to work at these ridiculous conditions because we're stressed out. We're not safe in the cockpit with the kind of workload you're throwing at us, and you're going to have to hire more of us to put us into the gears, to get us behind the wheels. And it could be that the union behind the scenes is saying, we're going to use this opportunity as a way to get more of our members working again, because we feel we're understaffed. The airline is going, we're going to use this opportunity as an opportunity to keep our numbers low, to keep the losses down, but we'll have to work the boys a little harder. And the two sides, both know what the other side is up to, but they won't say it to the public in the real world. But they'll kind of, we have to read between the lines as to what's really going on here. And what's really going on, most likely, not enough pilots are being hired by the airlines to run a schedule that the airlines know will lose them money. The airlines already know that no matter how many pilots they do or do not have, how many flight attendants they do or do not have, they are losing money every hour of the day, 24 hours a day, because not enough of us are flying on the airlines. And it's not the economy passenger I'm talking about, actually. There are plenty of economy passengers flying. Maybe not, maybe we're still 5% below the number they'd like. The real problem, the big problem, there is a huge lack of business travelers in business class. They're not flying. And American Airlines cannot fly, not just American, but United, Delta, all of these guys. They cannot fly to all the routes that they normally would fly to. And to give you just a little taste of what I'm talking about, United Airlines, I believe it's United out of San Francisco, up until the variant hit, up until the virus showed up, they were flying at least 2 flights a day from San Francisco to Shanghai in China. I believe these were 777 airplanes, the big twin engine plane. And I believe that on each flight, 2 to Shanghai, 2 back to Frisco, on each flight, 25 business class seats were reserved and pre-purchased by Apple. These seats were not available to the general public. Apple employees occupied 25 business class seats on every flight from Frisco to Shanghai by United Airlines. Pre-sold, pre-committed, pre-reserved, unavailable for human consumption to anybody else. And those seats were generally full. And that just blows my mind, being a small business guy in the past, having my own little public company, to think that my corporation is so large that I have 25 business class seats on both flights every day to and from Shanghai to Frisco, reserved for my company. Are you kidding me? These are 13-hour flights or 12-hour, whatever they are, 12, 13, 14-hour flights. I got 25 per flight, always booked, always booked. You got to be kidding. I mean, how big is this company? It's a $2.6 trillion company. Apple is, and United knew that the minute that that plane backed out of the terminal, got pushed back from the gate, that flight made money. That flight was already a moneymaker because the 25 business seats in the front, whether they were filled or not, were paid for in at a nice price for Apple. Every flight. And so all the stiffs in the back, the economy people in the back, and the anyone else in business class, they were adding on to the cost of the flight. That covered the cost, but Apple was the gravy. And that's just one company, one set of flights. How important was business class to an airline? And American Airlines knows it. United, Delta, they know it. All the airlines know it. We are not flying business class passengers like we used to, and we're not able to fly the routes we used to fly. And that is USA to Europe, USA to Australia, USA to Asia, to South America, back in. Flights have been restricted for a long, long time, and airlines are bleeding money, unbelievably bleeding money. And don't forget, the hotels in the cities that these executives land in, that aren't landing right now, they would rent the executive suites to these guys and these girls. They would have the executive floors reserved just for business class passengers. There would be, out of 20 floors, 5 or 10 or 8 would be just for a certain class of business flyer. So you and I, as tourists, we'd arrive at the Sheraton whatever, and they'd give us a hotel key, and they'd say a room, and they say, "Oh, you're in suite number 1604." Oh, great! Yeah, I got a city view. Yay! Not knowing that 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 25, those are all business class rooms. They had larger rooms. They had the high-speed internet. They've got the office desk up there. I don't need an office desk in theory if I'm on a vacation. I get that. But they had everything they needed up there. And they also had assistance available at the drop of a hat. You need someone to help you with your executive work. We have employees who are ready to go. We can bring in office people from anywhere in the city to help you out with whatever you need. You need a lawyer? We have access to lawyers. You need accounting firms? We have access. We have all the connections. You just tell us what you need. You're in business. They speak English. They know U.S. law. You'll be fine. They know the local. They know where you're coming from. You're good to go. These are very organized hotels. These folks are empty. Those suites are empty right now because those lawyers and those accountants and those auditors, those systems analysts and those salespeople, they're not there. They're not flying into town, going into the high-end hotel. They're at home, working from home, doing Zoom calls. And they've been doing it for now a year and a half plus. And they're not flying for a while yet. The airlines are bleeding money. Hotels are bleeding money. They put on the brave face. Oh, our occupancy rates are 88%. It's all great. Everything's happy here. Yeah, you're full of 88% tourists on discount. And you have not got the big spenders in town. They're not coming through here. And the airlines, oh, yeah, we're at 94% capacity. Yeah, right. The 6% you're not at capacity are those seats in business class not going for $2,000 each way. And the rest of the business seats that you filled up are for people who've been using points to upgrade for nothing. You're not getting the dough that you're getting. The cruise lines are talking about, we're just overflowing with people who want to go cruising. That's because they're at 45% capacity, 55% capacity max, and they've got 3/4 of the folks on the ship cruise credits from canceled cruises. They're not spending any fresh cash. Every outfit out there is not delivering on all cylinders, and this is permeating across the entire economy everywhere. And that's why the markets are asking, what are the numbers going to be like? How are we going to be doing here? Certain sectors are doing great. Certain sectors not doing great. And this is what's part of it. Anyway, there you have it. Folks, thank you for joining me this morning. We're about 2 minutes from opening. Appreciate you being here. Sorry about the rant, but it's what I do. It's nice to have you around. Let's see how the markets want to open up here in a minute. Thank you, all of you who are here. Ding, 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 says Kevin. We're getting ready to go. Let's get this market started. Let's get this party started. Let's hope GameStop goes to $300 a share today. How about that? That can't be a bad thing, can it? Maybe for some option writers, but nobody else. We'll see. $200.67, last trade I see on what I think is the pre-market. We're just about to start trading right here. The bells are about to go, excuse me. And I'm glad you're here. And it's nice to have you pop by to see me this morning, and hope from around the world you're doing well and you're going to have a good day. Jennifer and I are panicking as we are packing it up and getting ready to hit the road. Oh my gosh, Friday, I'm behind the truck of a big old U-Haul. I won't be on the air Friday. So it's today and tomorrow, and I'm off until Monday from Calgary, including TWB. I'll be back on the air for my friends at TWB on Monday as well. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. Watching the opening here. Let's see what we got. Watching for the first trades to come through. Let's see what's going to happen today. Thank you, everybody, for popping in, seeing us. Love that you're here. I think we have the Dow down 33 to start. We're down 4 on S&P, down 16 on NASDAQ, but these are early indications, and we need to see this market kind of find itself and tell us what it's doing. I'm showing a Rocket Lab, I think, at $14.95 or 45 cents, but I could be wrong. I think we have 258,000 shares traded on Rocket Lab, but I could be wrong. Early morning. SoFi showing 1581 down 3 cents, now 1582 down 2 cents. GameStop 201.23 up to 23 on 80,000 so far. So go GameStop, go. Matterport up 21 cents to 16.32 on 42,000 shares. We'll see if that holds up. ME at 8.18, up a penny. Smart Rent showing it looks like it's down a penny at 12.42, 7,000 shares. Spire Global, 10.58, down 7 cents at the moment. ATIP down a penny. Sixtera showing, I think it's showing down 67 cents at 9.27 on 85,000, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Let this market settle in. AMC showing a loss of 80 cents to 46.99. Robinhood down a quarter. Vector, SMH, Manic Vectors down $1.37. Home Depot down 35 cents. IBM or YBM up 16 cents to 138.22. The Dow down now 69.5 points. S&P down 7. NASDAQ down 27. Microsoft down $1. Apple down a dime. Tesla up $10. Bed Bath & Beyond down 6 cents. BlackBerry down 14. Royal Caribbean up 45 cents to 81.90. We're up a nickel on Norwegian, up 7 on Carnival. And Goldman Sachs down $1.33 to 408.99. A soon-to-be $700 stock coming to a neighborhood near you. That is my thought on it. $14.95 on Rocket Lab now. 356,000 shares traded. $14.90 here. $15.94 up a dime on SoFi. Had a good day yesterday, holding well today. GameStop 202.09 up 3.09 at the moment. Matterport up 2 cents. 23andMe down 11. Smart Rent down a penny. Spire down 9. ATIP down 3 cents. Sextera down 51 at 9.43. Looks like it's coming back a little bit here. Welcome to the opening. All righty, let's see how this is going to go. Yep, the bells are ringing, and let's see what happens. Yeah, here we go. Bama Bay, people that I know that have flown say it's not the same anymore. Passengers are very low class, and it's a circus. We are hearing all kinds of reports about airports, airlines, and what have you. It's crazy. Go Rocket Lab, says Bama Babe. I agree. 14.78, up 28 cents right now. 15.93 on SoFi, up 9. GameStop up 3.97 here at 203.26. 4.26 gain now. 4.26 gain on GameStop at 203.26. Go GameStop, go. We'll see how it wants to perform for us. The Dow now down 81.9. S&P down 9.6. NASDAQ down 32. Oil up $1.19 to 69.54. Concern about oil is reports are coming out from the Gulf that only 28 or 30% of all the oil that could be flowing from Gulf of Mexico oil platforms are flowing. They are slowly but surely ramping up production again. And so there's talk about lack of supply, but regional issues maybe. But pipelines across the U.S. are functioning just fine. There are issues in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, where they got flooded out by this. Yes, there are issues there. And there are some logistical issues that have to be overcome. But this is not going to be a global oil problem. These are regional issues, and that's the way it is. What else is going on? Nelson is here. Hi, Nelson. How you doing? Good morning to you. Everyone is here saying hi to everybody else. Testy Donkel, Uncle Bruce, my parents who were offered a refund of 120% on their cruise in 3 weeks' time have now been given an upgraded cabin. There you go. And this is typical, too, where passengers are being upgraded because the cruise line, they have this space and they can't put them into certain rooms. They have to have certain restrictions on whatever. So if they can up them into a higher cabin and get them feeling better about their cruise, they might spend more. They might tip more. All this sort of stuff. But again, the cruise lines are trying to really look after their clients. Their loyal clients, they are welcoming them back with open arms and are going to give them the royal treatment. Absolutely. And the hope for the cruise lines is that they can sell them on another cruise not too long from now, as soon as possible, because, boy, these cruise lines are up against it. But, yeah, I'm glad to hear this. This is great. This is good stuff. I'd just be happy if Matterport goes sideways today and not down. I don't want to repeat it yesterday. We're unchanged now on Matterport, 16.11. This is the low of the day. The high was 1638, and we've traded 84,000 shares. So that's what we have at the moment. Matterport ME down 16 cents to 801. A Smart Rent up a quarter now, 1267 looks like. Spire down 12 cents. ATIP down 1 penny. Cyxtera down 37 cents. Nothing serious going on here. IBM still up 31 cents to 138.37. Why IBM? Why? That's what it is. GameStop 204.44 at the moment. High of the day on GameStop was 206.79. Touched it, backed off a bit, but looking good. Let's see how it happens. Tip more, not my parents. GameStop is my baby daddy. Morning, Uncle B and crew. Nicholas, how you doing, Nicholas? Pulling back for another baby rip, perhaps. Hey, Carter, how you doing, buddy? Auntie, hi there, everybody. Free Thinker, we got this. We got this. 204.80 on GameStop, up 5.80 a share on a volume now of 275,000. So we got some volume this morning to start. Nothing incredible, but it's all right. Rocket Lab holding a nickel gain at 14.55. SoFi down 11 cents. Matterport now down 2 cents. 23andMe down 17. Smart Rent up 15 cents. Spire up down 12. ATIP down 3. Cyxtera down 45. AMC down up $1.07. Robinhood at a loss of 47 cents, 41.66. AMC at 48.90, almost 49 bucks a share. AMC is still riding that good news wave from the weekend box office. They're still riding that news. Home Depot up 21 cents. IBM up 47. The Dow now plus 2 points. 80-point swing in 2 minutes. The Dow is up 2 now. Microsoft down 67, Apple down 94, Tesla up $3.50, Bed Bath & Beyond down 46 cents, BlackBerry down 14, Royal Caribbean's up 42 cents, Goldman down 93 cents at the moment. That's what we're following here. What can we say? 1462 on Rocket Lab. Hey, Uncle Bruce, should we sell a covered call on Rocket Lab to anticipate a dip following earnings that has affected some of our stocks recently? There's always the proverbial question. Rocket Lab is not an established publicly traded company like the others that are out there, and so you're totally gambling. And I have no way to give you direction either way. I can't say it'll definitely go up, it'll definitely go down, or it'll definitely do nothing. There's no way I can say it. I have no way of predicting how these shares are going to trade once the earnings come out. There will be speculators all day long taking their positions long and short, and there will be winners, losers, and break-eveners, I'm sure. 1469 is where we're at now, up 19 cents, and you're on your own. My personal take, I would not be writing covered calls on Rocket. That would be me personally. If I had shares, I would not be writing covered calls. Anyway, there it is. Yesterday, I bought a $340 call for Friday on GameStop. Sold it. I made 40 bucks. Well, John, you're finally making some money in the options market. It's about time. AB, UAL, United, for example, is on an upward trend, even though the airlines are bleeding money. You recommending buying a put around these current prices of so how far out? No, I'm not making any recommendations on airline stocks one way or the other. I am not recommending puts, calls, buy the stock, short the stock, do anything with the stock. No comment on where I think the airlines are going because I don't know. I can't help you there. Good morning, everyone. Long time no chat. Glad to be back. Marianne, welcome, Marianne. I'm glad you're here. Nice to have you here. You're looking for GameStop today to spill the beans after the close. They're going to tell us how they're doing. Rocket Lab is going to tell us how they're doing after the market tonight. And we're here to follow the action as we always are. Try to figure it out, plain English. Welcome. And Olivia says, nice work, John. Make it 40 big bucks there. Cheddar, I have a flush all red. Oh, no. Finally, a positive going the wrong way. Matterport, it is down 23 cents to 15.88. Marianne, good morning from Forest. Dr. Walter Bishop, anyone know how ME calls are looking? Still overpriced. I'm tempted to buy more at $8 an average down. ME calls can't be making people happy these days. We're trading at $8.06 a share, and there are people out there with probably $5 calls, 750s, 10s, 1250s, 15s, who can't be happy right now. I'm not happy right now for ME, but there's not a lot I can do about it being unhappy. I would love to let the world know what ME is up to. And if the folks at ME would like to send me any information that I could pass along to their shareholders and anyone else that might become a shareholder, you let me know. You know that my email address is down below in the description of this video and all videos on this channel. You can always send me an info on that. I'd be happy to pass it on. There's something to consider with airlines. They might get a government bailout to maintain their stock prices. That's called socialism, and there is no socialism in the United States of America. The United States of America is a free capitalistic society, and there is no socialism. No government has ever given airlines. Well, okay, they've occasionally helped out the airlines, but it's not like the airlines didn't have to pay them back because, well, okay, there are points in time where American Airlines haven't had to pay the government back, but it's not like the United States government has given very low interest rate loans to airlines. Well, okay, they've done that too. Okay, well, it's a national security thing. It's not socialism. Okay, so we're thank God we figured that out, because there's no socialism in America. No. Let's see. I've $10 calls on ME. Welcome. Well, I wish it was doing better. Make it happen. 12 and a halves for January here. Come on, ME. I have a $10 January call. Come on, GameStop. Come on, ME. I got a $12.50. Just bought an ME call before it bombed yesterday. I'm holding. I'm not going anywhere. I'm holding on. Stop. Let them fail. Oh, great. Bruce is being political again. Last week, maximum pain was 200, and we closed at 202. T plus 2 suggests today should go well, unless, of course, they are piling more failure to delivers on. These guys are naked after all. Laugh out loud says baked baking. Forrest, Trump is right. Okay, let's see here. No airline moratorium here. That was a socialist. Liberals, no, Republicans like to spend too. Calling it like it is. ME calls are sucking right now. I think that's a good comment. Dr. Walter Bush, I want to average down on my January calls too, but honestly, I don't want to put another $1 into the scrap right now. That's how you don't make money, is when you don't put money into a deal that you believe long-term is got potential, and you don't take advantage of the cheap prices because you have this psychological thing going on. That is the difference between long-term winners and those who don't get the big bucks. And there it is. Now, look, no guarantee that you'll make money tomorrow, day after, next week, ever. But sometimes you got to take a leap of faith, and you got to decide. Uncle B, said Walter Bush's Uncle B. Dripping with sarcasm. Did you catch that? Did you actually get that? Not very many catch my sarcasm because they think I'm serious. 12 and a half calls. Average 121. Come on, ME, you owe everybody money. U.S. government was subsidizing airlines at the same time as they were paying billions a year in executive bonuses. That's right. ME calls are okay-ish in price, but I definitely wouldn't call them cheap. Basically, the U.S. government paid the bonuses. Yeah, it kind of funded them. Bruce is spitting here. I couldn't care less about bottlenecks as my investments take a gigantic, you know what? To be fair, the public is no socialism, but the corporate people do. Then tried to sanction Airbus as they claimed it was being unfairly supported by the EU. Exactly. Yeah. Just like bailing out the farmers 3 years ago, the same time as handling billions and nothing, Boeing. Options teaching patience. One thing I've learned is buy the stocks that are quiet. ME at the moment is silent. You buy them now. That's right. 803. You buy them here. You buy ME right now. Matterport is up 9 cents. Those of you who are worried about Matterport. SoFi 1574 down a dime right now. Let's see here. Boeing sucks. Please send the day talking about USA. Please spend the day talking about USA politics. It's all I care to hear. To be fair, there you go. Yeah, well, you know, what can I say? There's no socialism. That would be bad. Socialism is a bad thing, and you know, you just don't want to have it. But then again, there's national security, and that's not socialism. That's national security. That's entirely different. And there you go. Okay, I see. Yes. What can I say? I sold 3 December 17, 2021, $12.5 covered calls
at 129. I still hold Uncle Bruce or right time to sell. Sorry, I sold 3 ME December 17, 2021, 12 and a half calls, call contracts at 120. Did you sell covered call? I'm trying. If you say sell, you're telling me that you were long, you sold them, and you're flat. If you wrote them, you can't tell me you sold them. You got to say, I wrote 3 contracts. That helps me figure out what you're trying to tell me. Because at this moment, I don't know what this means. I don't know if you just, I don't know. Still hold Uncle Bruce or right time to sell. Yeah, I'm not sure what this means. So help me out. Covered calls. Here we go. Covered calls. So you wrote 3 ME covered calls for December 2021. $12.50 calls. Got $1.29 for them. I still hold. So I still. Okay. You're really asking me whether you should be buying them back or not, aren't you? I mean, I'm sorry. I wrote. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. I wrote 34 covered calls. Sorry, yeah, you did, and 3 covered calls. And again, you're thinking about buying them back now. This is why I come off like a blithering idiot trying to read these comments that don't make sense to me. Because you guys have got to help me here. Talk to me. Tell me what exactly you did so I can try to interpret it to give a reaction to you. I love you anyway, guys. We're up 72 cents on Rocket Lab. How about that? 15.22. Are we just happy with that? Let's just go with that. We're only down 8 cents on SoFi. GameStop up $1 at $200 a share. Matterport up 9 cents now. 23andMe down only 9 cents. SmartRent up 35 cents. Spire's only down 4. ATIP only down 2. Sextera still down 58. Okay. IBM is up 81 cents. Why the BM? Why BM? Up 81. Holy moly macaroni. And yes, buy them back. If you have covered calls and you think it's done dropping, then buy them back. Think it's going to drop more, hold on to them. There it is. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just keep listening and buying for now. Grab them calls by the strike price. My portfolio is down 700 on the day. Now it's up $10. Laugh out loud. This market stuff is crazy, man. It's crazy. Welcome to the crazy markets. We're up 42 on the Dow at the moment. We're down 1.5 on S&P. We're down 41 on NASDAQ. We're up $1.15 on the oil market. GameStop, $199.86, just under $200. High of the day, $206.79. Low right now, $199.54. Low of the day, up 20 cents. GameStop is backing up right at the moment. Rocket Lab, 15.18, up 68 cents. High of the day, 15.40 on 878,000. So Rocket Lab is having a fine day today with earnings coming out tonight. SoFi down 14 cents to 15.70. Matterport now up 4 to 16.15. ME at 8.08. So mixed markets around here. Mixed markets. There it is. Welcome to the craziness. Welcome one, welcome all to the channel. Nice to have you here today. It is Wednesday, September the 8th, 2021. Short week because of Labor Day. Super short week because I will not be here on Friday because we are driving to Calgary in a U-Haul truck, hauling our car behind us, moving to Calgary. Oh my gosh, we are just, oh my gosh, are we ever? We sure are. I'm a little tired carrying boxes around this house, and I got 4 people hired to move them for me. But we've had to prep everything. And I'll tell you, we have been prepping for weeks, and the last 3-4 days have been just a nightmare of work. And what can I tell you? We are doing what we're doing. There it is. Thank you all. Thank you. Rocket Lab have a launch scheduled for September 15th. Right on. Let's see. I've been to Vegas, all the tables and slot machines. Zzz. This stuff's way more fun. There you go. From the comfort of your own home, you can play this market. What can I say? So much fun. Nelson, how you doing? Thank you for this donation. Uncle B, I sold my November I sold my November EXP $10 calls on Spire yesterday at the top for a 100% gain. Also did a shout out for your channel today on Twitter. Sorry, my PayPal isn't working. I love you, Uncle Bruce. Oh, Nelson, thank you, buddy. I appreciate the donation. You're in the gold medal position today for sure. Haven't been getting a lot of these lately. Thank you very much, and thank you. That helps towards the moving fund. That's awful kind of you. And congrats, making money. Took the top end. Way to go, man. That's awesome stuff. Fabulous. There you go. Lots of comments coming in. Thank you. Yeah, it's all your fault for being tired this week. After all, you picked GameStop earnings. So people are giving it to me. I'm just getting it from all sides. We're up 83 cents on Rocket Lab, 1533. That's not so bad. Rocket Lab volume right now, 942,000, and this is the high of the day here. 1540 was the high of the day, right at this level. Pretty good. You gotta like that. SoFi down 19 cents to 1565. GameStop holding a gain of $1.15, $200.14. Matterport up 7 cents. 23andMe down 4. SmartRent up 36. Spire down 9 cents. ATIP down 3. Cyxtera down 56. Robinhood, IBM up 81 cents. Why IBM? That's phenomenal. It's great. We're up 17 on the Dow right now, holding a slight gain. Royal Caribbean up $1 at 82.46. Put buy time on Royal Caribbean. But what can I tell you? People are going along on Royal Caribbean. I don't know why. I wouldn't be going along on Royal Caribbean. No way. But anyway, what can I say? What can I say? There it is. Damn it, Jim says, honestly thought that GameStop would take off this week. I know there's time left, but man, it's slow. The shares are not doing this time around what they did last quarter. You all remember last quarter, GameStop shares went from 170 range to the 210-20 range very quickly. Then a few days later, they were in the 250-270 range, kind of hung around there a little bit. Then they went into the 300, 310 range, got to 330. Couldn't reach 346, but they got to 330. Earnings came out, and the conference call came out, and it was a nothing burger. We were all disappointed with the performance of GameStop management on earnings release day again, and the shares took a shot down. And within a week to 10 days, where were we? $220 a share, because they did not deliver info that I would have recommended highly. They should have, but they didn't. And we've waited now another 3 months. Here we are. We were at 150, 160 a month ago, 3 weeks ago. We reached 227, 231 a share last week sometime. We ran up, but not as much as the last time. And here we are at $200 a share on earnings day. And many of you were betting dollars to donuts that this stock would be $300 a share right now. It would be 280, 300, 260, 320, just on the anticipation of and it's not happening. So does the stock go down from here back to 150? Or do they go up to 250 now? Do they do the opposite? Do they do a George Costanza? What is going to happen with this stock? And as at my encouragement, a lot of you, and I commend you, rolled over your option contracts. You had option contracts expiring last Friday, this Friday, next Friday, that were 170s, 175s, 165s, 180s, 185s, 190s. You rolled them into 250s, 280s, 300s for weeks and months from now, even out till next April. And I commend all of you who've done it, because you did this when the shares reached 225, 230, 31. You all pulled off these rollovers where you brought in extra money from option gamblers at ridiculous premiums for out of the money contracts. And here we are now at the precipice of this earnings thing. We're at 200 a share, and a lot of people were gambling that they were going to go up, and it's not happening. And now I wonder, are these shares going to be 175 tomorrow morning? If that happens, if the shares are 175, 180, 185, somewhere in that range tomorrow morning, even for a few hours, all of you out there who wrote contracts out of the money, 240s, 250s, 260s, 280s, 300s, 310s, those contracts are going to be way down in value. And you've got a couple of choices you can make. One of which is do nothing and just stay like this, cross your arms and don't even move, and just sit back and say, yeah, I got my stock is sitting at 185, 180 a share. It's all right. Contracts are written against them, are way out of the money, and every day that goes by, they depreciate. I'm happy with that. Others of you will say, I could buy back these calls right now that I sold them for, and I can keep the change. Thank you very much. Some of you will do an additional rollover. You will take a good hard look at an opportunity where either tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon or next week, if the shares sit around this 170, 80 ballpark, if that's what they're going to do, you guys are going to take a look at buying back your put contract, your call contracts that you wrote, and you're going to rewrite new call contracts much closer in time and much closer in price. You might start writing 190s, 200s, 210s, 220s that expire in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And you're going to try to work it out that what you're paying to buy the contract back for, say you wrote a 280 call, you can buy it back maybe for $20. You might rewrite a new contract for $20. But what you're rewriting, what you're now rolling into, is a much closer to the money contract that doesn't have as long to live as the one you're buying back. And that's the strategy, is to get the clock back to you so that you're short call options on GameStop that have 2 weeks left to live, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, instead of 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months. You want to bring them down to weeks from months, so that every day that goes by now, these 4-week contracts, they only have 20 trading days left to live. They lose 5% a day of time. And that's in your favor. And so, yeah, they're out of the money, sure, because the stock's at 170, 80, you're writing 200s. They're out of the money, but they're also running out of time very quickly. Every day that goes by, these are shrinking. So in a week or 2 weeks, you might buy those again. You might buy them back as well. So you wrote 200s for $22 and you're buying them back for $10 2 weeks later. And you're reassessing whether you're going to roll over new contracts that are 4-week contracts or 3-week contracts, depending on the exercise price, depending on where the stock is. Again, you're going to be the master of your domain, and you're going to let the wristwatch, you're going to let that time, that stopwatch that's running out, you're going to let it be your friend. And there's a lot of you out there who are, I think, very close and primed that could be making a lot of money here. So now, whether you take that money and buy GameStop at 170, 80, 190, if it does a dip, you might just take all that cash you've made to buy more stock. Yeah, depends on just what you want to do. You might diversify it in some your other investments. Up to you, to your call. It's totally up to you. Might you just use it to pay bills, or just amass cash as a war chest, dry powder, and just wait to see where everything's falling out. I don't know. We'll see. Interesting. We've got Rocket Lab up $1.02 right now at 15.52. I see Rocket Lab at 15.52. That looks to me like the high of the day on, I think, 942,000 shares. I'm waiting for my machine to actually update this properly, but it's looking good. The stock, GameStop holding at $200 a share right now. Rocket Lab 15.50, up $1. The high, I think, was 15.70 already today on Rocket Lab. Looking great. SoFi 15.56, down 28 cents. Matterport down 13 cents to 15.98. 23andMe down 12 to 8.05. SmartRent up 15 to 12.58. Spire down a nickel. ATIP down 2.5 cents. And Cyxtera down 59 cents at 9.34. We broke $10 yesterday on Cyxtera. I think we got to 10 30 or something like that. We hit an all-time high on Sextera since the listing of Sextera, and we were above the $10 level for the first time. Just a taste yesterday of what was to come. IBM's still holding a 43-cent gain right now. Why IBM? Why? 1552 Rocket Lab up $1.02. It's the star of the show. Definitely the star of the show today. It's Rocket Lab. Very, very interesting what is going on. Bruce, did you get some Home Depot help? From the guy sitting out front? Did you get some Home Depot help? Guy sitting out. John, you lost me on this one. I'm not sure what this means. Let's see. Hey man, don't be talking about GameStop 170, 180. Talk about GameStop at 570, 580. Okay, I'll do that. Oh man, I still think we're going to surpass 350 regardless of news. We move on, no news, baby. Always have. This could be it. Uncle Bruce, I just got my email receipt from PayPal this morning for my membership. When are the bagel colors going to change for us long timers? I think they change at the 6-month level or something like that. Don't they do that? Let me take a look here. If I go here, I can see the membership thing there. Let me see what I see. Here we are, right there. The badges and the bagels. We don't need no stinking badges. Badges. We don't need no stinking badges. So a new member gets an orange bagel. After a month, you get a green bagel. After 2 months, you get a blue bagel. After 6 months, you get a pink bagel or fuchsia. And after 12 months, you get a yellow bagel. And after 24 months, I think we go into purple bagels. I think that seems to me to be the color scheme for bagel colors. I hope that answered your question. And I thank you for being a bageler, a mega bageler. I appreciate that you're here. Fantabulous. Thank you. Thank you for 350 thumbs ups today. All of you sparing us a thumbs up today. That really is helping us. We do appreciate it. It's a wonderful thing. CYXT. Sextera has a few things going for it. The float is smaller due to the 65% redemptions, and it could move if buyers show up. Will they, though, is the question. Well, you only need 35% of the buyers you would have had to have needed to move the market before because of the redemptions. So that's kind of interesting. The company gets any kind of good news, and they generally do get good news because they're earning more money. The stock could really gyrate. And of course, Sextera has been jumping around like a crazy stock lately. We were as low as looks like $7 or $8 or something like that, $7.50 for the low. And just yesterday, we reached 10 something, and here we are now at 934. So we are jumping about. We have Rocket Lab still showing 15.25 at the moment, up 75 cents, I think. Of course, I've got 15.25. Fair enough. On 1.3 million volume, I feel like George Bush, 1,000 points of light. Yeah, hold the course. 1,000 points of light. Hold the course. Kinder, gentler nation. 15.56 on SoFi, up down 28 cents. GameStop $200.18. It would appear up $1.18 at the moment. There's where we're at. All right, let's see here. Here we go. Larry, this is what you're trying to tell me. Thank you, Larry. Every Home Depot, at least in the United States, has day laborers waiting around in the parking lot. You can pay to help any grunt work you're willing to pay for. I see what you mean. Yeah. It depends on the state, I think. Maybe even the city or town. In Canada, here in Creston, there is no place to go here in Creston to find people standing at the street corner with nothing to do, looking for a job. We just don't have that here. Now, in Calgary, we do have that. In downtown Calgary, there is one area of town where you can drive by and you need a couple of guys just to carry some stuff. Yep, there's guys always available. They sleep in the homeless shelter a block away, and they show up. They have like a lunch bag with them, or a lunch, like a construction lunch bucket. So they got some sandwiches with them, got some cup of coffee or whatever to drink, and they're ready to do some day laboring. And they make $50 a day or $20 a day, $80, $100, whatever the job is, however long they're employed. They get picked up by these guys. They get dropped off by them, and hopefully they earn they earn some stripes with someone, and maybe they get picked up as a part-time employee or full-time to try to get on their feet. They're just trying to get their act together. But we don't have that in Creston here. Everyone around here, we just don't have enough people. We're just a small little community, and we just don't have that here. We just don't. We don't have homeless people sleeping on sidewalks in Creston. Maybe there's a place somewhere in this town where I could find it, but I wouldn't know where to look, and I don't care. But it's definitely not on Main Street. In Calgary, there are homeless people, but most of them do find accommodation because there's quite a number of homeless shelters in Calgary that have been established to handle this. But there are folks who are, do not want to be in those kinds of places. They would rather be on their own. And so, yeah, there's that. I'm sure that's everywhere. Welcome to the modern world. What can I say? All right. Let's go here. What else? Thank you. There's the other district in town where there are people looking for certain kind of. They offer certain kind of employment services, certain kinds of services as employment that is of a different nature, and we will not go there. Fair enough. All right. In Creston, they have nomads, not homeless. That's right. They have nomads like us who are in between locations. Nothing wrong with helping. There you go. Nothing wrong with helping. That's true. All right. Rocket Lab, 1530. We're up 80 cents on the day. All right. SoFi down 32 cents, 15.52. GameStop 198.51, down 49 cents. Matterport $16, down 11 cents. ME down 15 cents to 8.02. SmartRent up 21 cents now to 12.64. Spire down 15. ATIP down 8 cents. Sextera down 45. And that's where we're at right now. YBM up 28 cents. Dow was up 32 points at the moment. Welcome one, welcome all. Royal Caribbean down 2 cents now. Royal Caribbean has turned the corner negative. There you have it. Fidelity summary page showing that GameStop is expected to report a near 20% increase in sales. I like news like that. I like positive news. I do know, and I recall the last quarterly report we got, they had mentioned the one of the months in this next quarter up 17% already. So the last indication I had was sales were rising, and I expect sales to definitely be higher, because a year ago all the GameStops were shut down. They were all shut down. All the shopping malls were locked up a year ago. Almost all of them in North America were shut down, even globally. And so to compare last year to this year should be a no-brainer. What I'm wondering about is 2019. Can GameStop beat 2019 numbers when they were open, when everything was up and running? I'd like to hear that. And of course, the online component. So let's see what's going on. GameStop attack, says John. GameStop attack, $197.90 down to $1.10. Let's see. On the highest numbers on the second quarter. Yeah, we're waiting for the financials. After the close today, we'll find out how GameStop is doing. We're down 92 cents right now, 198.08. Not much of an attack here. 15.28 on Rocket Lab, up 73 now. 15.25 up 73 cents. Now let's see what's going on. Lots of talk right now about crypto. Lots of talk about cryptocurrencies. El Salvador adopting crypto as a Bitcoin as an official national currency. I believe the U.S. dollar is the official currency of another official currency of that country. I think. Will other countries follow? Has been the speculation, and that's the guess. We'll find out. We don't know. If we're going to go into a short sale restriction, we have to hit 179.10 on GameStop today. We're not 197.58 right now. We're nowhere near that. Let's see what's happening here. Estimated earnings per share loss of 67 cents a share, so the market won't like that, says Michael. This quarter, they will not be showing expenses related to their long-term debt. You recall that they paid off their long-term debt quite a while ago, and that is saving the company, I think, expenses of $25 million a year. $2 million a month in interest expenses are not being paid anymore. So that's $6 million in losses or expenses that don't exist this quarter versus last quarter, I think. So that helps. That could help their margins, their margin numbers. So we'll see what the gross sales are compared to a year ago, 2 years ago. We'll see what their margins are last year, the year before, and we'll see where their earnings per share or losses per share come out at last year versus the year before. Let's find out. Jen,
Bruce,
how are you?
very croaky this morning.
Yeah, we're tired.
We're tired, and there's a little bit of smoke left.
Oh, a little bit.
A little bit.
Can see the mountains just through the curtains, cracking the curtains here, but yeah, just a tiny bit. We're phlegmy-ish. You know, we've been working hard here. We've been just going and going and going, and we're asking ourselves, what else is there to do? I mean, now what? What's left? I guess that's the big one. What's left? Because we have gone through closets, we have gone underneath the staircases, cupboards. The kitchen is virtually wiped out. There's virtually nothing left. Today is a big day. Today is dump day. The dump day.
Dump run.
We have a dump run. So we have someone coming here with a truck and a trailer, and stuff's being loaded today.
To the dump.
After this show, before the next show, there's going to be a dump run, and there's going to be a notable change on this set after the dump run is done. I'm not telling you what it is. You'll figure it out on the second show. It's a reason to come back. 3 o'clock this afternoon.
That's
check
when
out.
we get rid of. I know that's.
Someone might be forced to get in the trailer. Oh no! Show's delayed. First remote. Oh, live remote from the dump.
From the landfill.
Uncle Bruce is in the landfill. He's been dumped. Oh no! Oh gosh! Oh yeah, we got a big day today. Dump day today. Tomorrow, another big day. People are coming to the house tomorrow by appointment to pick up the stuff we're not taking with us. Lots of giveaways tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then Friday, we're not on the air. We are
Friday's
loading the truck. That is loading the truck day. And that's then driving to Calgary day too. I can't believe we're doing it all in the same day. Well, we are.
I know.
We're loading the truck and driving it out of here. We're leaving the house on Friday. I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
Whoa, you fried my brain, man. You fried my brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, because we will have packed up. We will be without a television tomorrow night. No television tomorrow night. It's out of here. One of them's gone already. The second one's about to go. And then we pack up the internet. We have to pack up all of our stuff. Although we can do that Friday morning. We can pack up because we'll still be Wi-Fi'd until we, just an hour before we leave the house. We'll then pack up the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Because we have to send back all the routers and the remote controls for the TV and stuff. That's the reaction right there. All that stuff. Yeah, so much in such a short period of time. Oh, today I have to make a phone call.
Yes.
Those boys in Calgary.
That's right.
We got, oh gosh, the stress. Anyway, here we are, $14.93 on Rocket Lab, up 43 cents. We're dropping. SoFi down 22 cents. GameStop down $1.14. Matterport down 20 cents. ME down 17. We're dropping. The Dow down 11 points. The Dow down 4 points. SP down 2. NASDAQ down 43. We're dropping. That's what's happening right now. A little drop wave. That's what's going on. Is it serious? No. Pain in the ass? Yeah. Serious? No. Matterport, 1590. GameStop announced its earnings after the bell. Rocket Lab after the bell. And we have to tolerate everything else in between. So there you have it. Welcome to the show. Bruce is going to be sitting on a moving box here. You throwing out the postcards? No, we're gonna pack those up. We'll keep them, but I'm not sure how we will reuse them. They are not coming with us on the road. I am not bringing these with me on the road. They will be in storage, and we'll see what happens. Uncle Bruce, have you ever tried UpDog? Ever tried? I don't know what that is. Is that some kind of an internet service I don't know about? Does that, I don't know what this UpDog.
What?
Jen.
An idiot.
Jen's having a great time. Jen is sitting here going, "You don't get it, and I do." Okay.
So say what?
What's up, Doc?
Yeah.
You ever tried What's Up, Doc? Oh, is that what it is?
What's
Jen's
up,
having a great old time. I'm just going to reach over here and
God.
grab her face and put it right on camera. That's what she deserves. Oh, man. Bruce looks like he's ready to cry. Jen stands with 2 fists standing over Bruce. She's like this. She's just ready to hit me with a jab.
Say it.
She's going to hit me so many lefts, I'm going to be begging for a right. That's what's going to be happening to me. Oh, man.
My water just clicked. Would you like a bagel while I go into the kitchen?
Oh, the shots. Yes, I would. The last fried egg bagel of our existence with a slab of cheese.
I hope not of our existence.
Well, of our Creston existence. Of our existence. What, maybe someone else is going to the dump today. Have we thought of that? Hello? Oh, no. Jen's too smart, says Farragon. Jen gets it, Larry said. She gets it. Boomer humor, says Mike It Happened. Boomer humor. Oh, man. Oh, it's tough. It's a tough world in which we live. 1517 on Rocket Lab, 1519 up 69 cents, going up again. SoFi down 16, GameStop down 80 cents, Matterport down 22, 23andMe down 14, SmartRent up 9, Spire down 14, ATIP down 9, Sexter only down 37 cents. We're coming back. Now we're coming back up again. You try to figure out this market. It's not easy. 1530 up 80 cents on Rocket Lab. Go, Rocket Lab. Go, please. Go higher. Yeah, we're just getting giddy around here. We're getting silly. We're also stressed to the max, and we're losing it. Where our brains are fried, and we just don't know. It is. Yeah, I look around this house and I go, I can't believe we're out of here in 48 hours. I don't believe it. So much has to happen for this to happen, and I don't know how this is going to happen, but it's going to happen. It's unbelievable. I'll tell you. Anyway, there it is. We got happy birthday greetings going on here. Fenville, Gio Franco, happy birthday. May the tendies rain on you. Happy birthday, Gio Franco. Gio Franco, Fenville, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope so. Dana, think in the 6th month now. Didn't the sub start in March? I think. What are we talking about? I don't know. Happy birthday, Gio. Thank you, Anti-PC. Appreciate it from Gio. Way to go, Gio Franco. Way to go. I know the change. Jen is running the Power Hour show. That's what's going out here today. Uncle Bruce, are you hanging out with Ricky's dad at the dump? Be careful for dump bees, bud. I'm so tired. I almost never get the jokes anyway, but with the stress I'm under, I'm not getting any jokes. There's nothing funny here. There's no funny here. It's just stressful here. Stress here. Yeah, here we go. We're at 5 months, 22 days, 8-ish days to bagel change day. That's what we're talking about. March the 16th is when we started offering memberships. March 16th. So in 8 days from now, So that's next week, Thursday, when I'm in Calgary. That's September 16th, and that'll be the 6th, so April, May, June, July, August, 6 months. A whole bunch of you are going to have, starting the 16th of September, a whole bunch of your bagels are going to turn colors. That's right. New colors for the bagels. 6-month mark. Yeah. There you go. Bruce, what's with all this talk of 170.80 on GameStop, bro? I'm just trying to do the George Costanza thing. I'm talking 170.80 when it's really going to go to 270, 280. It's just the opposite. It's just, hi, my name is George. I'm unemployed and I live with my parents. Hi. You know what I'm saying? A couple of cows were smoking a joint and YOLOing on GameStop on earnings day. The stakes were high. Two Frommers walk into a dump and
Isn't there supposed to be a priest and a rabbi in there somewhere?
a priest and a rabbi and two Frommers walk into a dump. Larry, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Gio, everyone's wishing Gio Franco a happy birthday today. A boot time. It's a boot time. This is happening. Yep. Dr. Walter Bishop, thank you so much, Doc. I appreciate it. And everyone else. Everyone's having a good time here. Where are we at now? 1538 up 88 cents on Rocket Lab. This thing is just in its own world. It's amazing. SoFi, 1566 down 18 cents. GameStop down 277 to 196.23. Matterport down 29 to 1582. ME down 13 to 804. SmartRent up 4 cents to 1247. Spire down a dime, 1055. ATIP down a dime at 420. Sextera down 42 cents to 952. YBM now down 8 cents on the day. YBM down 8 cents. The Dow down 20 points, reversed the gain it had. The low of the day, 35,004. The high of the day, 35,175. So we've got a 171-point gain on the Dow, high to low. That's the range on the Dow today, 171 points. We're at 35,075, down 24 points on the Dow index right now. Okay, 1540 on Rocket Lab. Up 90, high of the day, 1570, 30 cents away from the high of the day on Rocket Lab. After a bit of a pullback, we're coming on quite nicely. 1.77 million traded on Rocket Lab. Earnings tonight after the bell on Rocket Lab. 1545 now, up 95 cents on Rocket Lab. The only green stock I'm looking at on my screen right now. Everything else is red. Everything else, Vanik, Robinhood, AMC, Sextera, ATIP, Spire, SmartRent, 23andMe, Matterport, GameStop, SoFi, all red. Rocket Lab up 93 cents to 1543, showing the way. Everyone else doesn't get it. There you go. All right. Ricky's dad is a Trailer Parks Boys reference. Chuck Norris can do a wheelie on a unicycle. That's how tough that guy is. Morning W. Diggs says, take a bow. Thomas says to Auntie, take a bow. Everything is red except Rocket Lab. I know. Rocket Lab, the only one that is not red. Careful not to steal anything at the dump, Uncle Bruce. You don't want to explain to the boys in the jail you're there because you stole trash. There you go. John Lavin, I almost feel bad someone bought the 340 call. Almost feel bad that someone bought the 340 call. Just giving back, bro. Just giving back. Oh my God. The good news for me is I don't have to go to the dump. I stay here. I just point. This goes to the dump. Take that. Take that. Take those. The carport is drowning in garbage bags. We have got stuff out there. We have an old freezer that doesn't work. It's out of here. We got crap. So much. I wasn't going to go to the dump during the years we lived here, but I always secretly thought to myself, every week we're allowed to throw out 2 garbage bags of garbage with our garbage man here, and usually we only have 1 bag of garbage every week. Usually 1 bag. It's just Jennifer and I. And I thought, you know what you should do? Like, this is a year ago. You know what you should do, Bruce? You should go through the house every week and put together a garbage bag for the week that you add to the regular garbage bag and just start throwing stuff out of here for like a year. 52 weeks of 1 extra bag, 52 bags of garbage. You should do that. I'm still thinking of doing it. Not gonna do it. Not good. That going to the dump with 50 bags of garbage today, and I'm not going there. The guys are taking it. Take it away. Make it disappear. Up 97 cents on Rocket Lab. 1547 on Rocket Lab. The only green on my screen. The only green on my screen. Home Depot is up 83 cents. That's a green one. Tesla's up 579. That's a green one. Amazon's up 32 bucks. Target's up $1. Costco up 2. Walmart up 11 cents. Disney up 2.50. Royal Bank up 4 cents. Sun Life Canadian up 58 cents. I mean, I got a couple of green stocks, but the rest is all red. It's red, 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 red. All red. 15.52 up $1.02 on Rocket Lab. Yay! There it is. What can I say? No one else loading up on Rocket Lab puts for 917. Think it'll drop after earnings. GameStop's getting hit here, John says. It's getting hit. 195.27 down 373. Okay, life's over. Hey, it's my birthday too, says Kyle C. My birthday GameStop option celebration isn't looking so great, though. Looks like my bagel Benedict breakfast will be the highlight of my day. Well, it sounds like a pretty good thing. Happy birthday to you. Matt Sanders sounds like a good idea, but somehow it just feels wrong. Looks like someone is trying to hold SoFi down today. I think someone's trying to hold the market down today. It's not SoFi. It's everything. 15.52 on SoFi. John, so that's where my money is going. Sub dollars and donations. We don't know. We know it didn't go into a nice chair or a Tesla. Not yet. Not yet. But we're saving up for it. Ross Peru. Yeah, we don't want it to drop, but may as well make $1 or $2. Draft King George H.W. Bush. Bruce, what the hell did you do to our GameStop? I know it's my fault. You know why it's in the red? They are shorting everything just to afford to keep GameStop in the red. That's what they're doing. Wow, about 17,000 invested total, mostly calls for January in SPACs. It's all worth 11,000 right now. In particular, ME calls are down by 50%. Bring the pain. At least I got one Rocket Lab call to enjoy. There you go. Matt, I did save some powder for some shares, and maybe if a call drops far enough. Bought some puts on GameStop. Feels bad, but I'm making money that I'm going to use to buy more GameStop. There you go. There's always that. GameStop, 193.43. Those of you who've written options at 240, 50, 60, 70, 80, 200, 300, 350s. Those of you who've written those contracts, you're looking smarter all the time. You know, what can I tell you? It is 193.51. It's just not the same as a quarter ago. Rocket Lab, 15.26 up 76 cents. Just took a 20-cent dip, 30-cent dip here. What a morning. What a crazy day. Happy birthday to Kyle C. too, says Larry. Right on, Kyle. Way to go, guys. Cheers to all of you around the world. So glad you could join me today. We're here following the markets, trying to figure out in plain English what the heck is going on. The Dow's down 34, S&P down 7, NASDAQ down 69 points. Oil up 87 cents, slipping a little bit right now. Rocket Lab 15.16, up 66 cents. It's the only stock in the green of all most of the stocks I follow. Home Depot still up 28 cents. It's the only other one. Tesla up 3.96. These are coming back too. They're still falling. So we might have every single stock I follow in the red today. It's rare that it happens, but it can happen. But the markets are just not doing anything. We're down 0.1 of a percentage point on the Dow. That's it. Thank you, Jen, so much. The fried eggs here, cheese, the ketchup on the plate. That's right. We don't have the dipper thing. That's right. It's packed. The little dish that I have, it's packed. Oh my God! Thank you so much, Jen. I love this. The everything bagel with the ketchup on it. Oh my gosh. So good, so tasty. Thank you all for being here. Maybe if I eat the bagel, the market will go up. There's only one in the green, so you know how bad can it be? Unbelievable. 193.77 on GameStop. We're down 36 cents on SoFi. What a morning! Oh man. 15.04 on Rocket Lab. Still up 54 cents. but we were just short of 1570 10 minutes ago. Dow down 45, S&P down 7.3, NASDAQ down 71. That's it. Oh, yeah. So good. So good. Oh, man. This market's got me feeling kind of, I don't know what that symbol means. Not that rare. For once, I'm happy GameStop's going down, says Frumbler. Anyone else have some Marvin Gaye music playing in their head when Uncle Bruce says, what's going on? Did she shmia the bread? No shmia today. Just butter, fried egg, melted cheese. Ooh, so good. Bagel, bagel, bagel. I'm going back to New York again on Friday for sure. Going to get another one of those lox shmia bagels when I get there. Can I blame you for that? No, cannot blame you for that. Pete. Is that right? Oh, is that Rosh Hashanah? How do you pronounce it? Rosh Hashanah. PF taking a $1,000 hit today. Michael, to write covered calls on Rocket Lab or not? That is the question. I'm expecting it to drop after the earnings, but this market is less than predictable, and that's the thing. This stock might go to 1750 after the earnings. I don't know. I'm kind of curious to know how many satellites are you backed up on? Like how many got under contract to launch? I mean, if they have each launch is $3, $4, $5 million a launch, $6 million a launch, $10 million a launch. I don't know how much it is. How you got 200 up? You got 120 million in launch money lined up coming into this treasury. I mean, what's that deal look like? 1514 up 65 cents. Nephew Nick. I don't know about this. Wondering if I've waited too long to roll over my GameStop calls that expire September 17th. Now I think it's best just to wait, buy some short-term out-of-the-money calls in case it pops up. No, I wouldn't be doing that. And roll over when it does pop up. I wouldn't be doing that. You want to buy out-of-the-money calls. You're gambling on an outcome that may not happen. That's ridiculous. You might be paying a very high price for an out-of-the-money call because these stocks have high premiums. This stock has a high premium all the time. 194.70 on the stock, down 429. This is not a bloodbath here. You could theoretically roll over this call anytime you want. You can roll over now into a 200 or 210 or 220 for like a month from now. Probably get just as much money for that call as you're buying this one back for. You can do a painless rollover. But hey, you gotta figure it out. Any news on the charter? Nothing on SoFi's charter that I know of as of today. I have nothing today. What are the expected earnings on Rocket Lab? I do not know. Rocket Lab, only green, buying all the delicious dips. Too many people are playing the earnings drop nowadays, and it could go both ways. Exactly. Everyone thinks one thing, the opposite will happen. This will be a George Costanza if you guys are all on the wrong side of it. Testing downward resistance. Michael agreed, but first quarter earnings on former SPACs have notoriously been bad on earnings per share. Well, again, we all know that. We are all aware of that. And the market might just go, we don't care. We're not buying the company for last quarter and the quarter before that. We're buying the company for the next year or two. And that might be why it's at 1541, up 91 cents right now. Maybe that's why. I wouldn't be surprised if we hear about the charter via seeing the stocks go flying out of nowhere for no reason. Then after the market closes, the news is posted. One never knows. One never knows. This is so good.
Leaders debate. Riveting television. Tonight in French, tomorrow in English.
We have the leadership debate in Canada. Whoopie-doo. Unbelievable.
Not the most exciting television.
No. 193.98 GameStop. We're down 103 points on the Dow. We're down 16 on the S&P, and we're down 118 on NASDAQ. I've already sold and bought back a GameStop covered call this morning. Already making money on GameStop today. Nicely done. Did you sell your hockey cards? Nope. Packing them. Will Quebec break off finally? No. The old typical day in the stock market, all red, baby. Yeah, except for Rocket Lab, 1528 up 78. Coming on again. Unreal. What a day. GameStop down 501 to 194. Deep value. This can be done. There's enough movement in GameStop to give you these short-term covered calls, expiring Friday, in and out, or out and in, out and in. Yep. Write them, buy them back. Write them, buy them back. Oh boy. 1535 on Rocket Lab, up 85 cents. It's having a good day. It just is. Gio wants to know, Uncle Bruce, would you live in Qualilute, Yellowknife, or Whitehorse? Neither, neither, nada. How about that? Somebody is pushing the sell button until they broke their finger and kept pushing it. Yep, I should have been playing the daily ebbs and flows a long time ago, says Vilbus. Rocket Lab will report its financial results following the close of the U.S. markets on Wednesday. Rocket Lab will host a conference call, 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I can't help but the markets will have a pullback this winter. The check on Total Recall third, whatever, is amazing. Too cold, eh? Yeah, a little too cold for me. Just not my cup of tea. Dow's at the low of the day, down 120 points. Oh boy. Oh, just finishing off this bagel. Man. Rocket Lab to $20 after the earnings. That would make my year. Yeah. In addition to the company's second quarter 2021 conference call, Rocket Lab will participate in the Deutsche Bank Virtual Technology Conference presentation, Friday, September the 10th. That's day after tomorrow. Founder, chief executive, and Adam Spice, chief financial officer. So the top guns are going to be at a conference to expose their future, what they're up to. They'll talk about the company's prospects, what they're up to, what's going on. Yeah, there you go. That's what we want to hear, what I want to see. I know Sextera did it. I know other companies have been doing this. Release your financials and get out there, hit those show and tells. That's what we want. That's what I want all of these. That's what I want all these companies to be doing. Hit the show and tells. Rocket Lab is a green spot in a sea of red. Yep, Brent. After the close, Rocket Lab comes out with their earnings. Stock's been up all morning. GameStop, 192.86, down 614. Oh boy. Not to poo-poo it too much, but SPCE seems like a vanity project. Rocket Lab is the real deal with tons of real national security government work in the pipeline. Rocket Lab and MANU are the only green I see. Why the face? I've been saying, I have a good feeling about Rocket Lab. Should I buy more Rocket Lab calls? Maybe. Feels like the gamble, but it might be worth it. Got to decide. Trying to flip my second GameStop covered call today. $200 covered call for Friday for $10.15. Maybe buy back in a few minutes for $8.75. There you go. Michael, who had that 192-ish covered call on GameStop might be able to get out of it for a profit today. Rob, might be better off to buy a short-term put if they just come off a big run-up, but it's hard to tell. Uncle Bruce, is it a bad move to just sit on my GameStop $180 covered calls at this point and just decide to roll over or continue to wait until tomorrow? The lower the shares go right now, the closer in to your price that you sold these 180s for. When the stock was $230, you were $50 in the money on your contracts. Now you're $12 in the money. So because it dies in a week, this contract is shrinking in value dramatically. So you're getting to the point where you could theoretically buy this contract back for less than you sold it for. You can still do a rollover anytime you want. You have to decide for yourself what you want to do. I mean, you could buy back this contract and write a 180 for the next week. You could just do something that simple. You could buy this call back and write a $200 call contract for 3 or 4 weeks out and probably get just as much money for that contract that this one will cost you to buy. You've just lifted your exercise price by $20 a share or more, depending how far out you can go. I mean, you are in a much better position now, or just as you've always been in this position. I shouldn't say much better. You're in the same position you've been the whole time. You could have bought this call back for $55 a contract, $65 a contract, written a $65 contract with a $230 exercise price or a $250 exercise price for 6 months out. You could have written a $300 call option with 6 months to go for $60 odd when the stock hit higher. I mean, you could have. I'm not saying you definitely could have, but it's possible. Maybe you could have written a $250 or something like that. But here you are. You're here now. Here you are. You're coming into expiry day. You don't have to do anything. You do not have to do anything. And you can just let the stock do whatever it wants to do. Let your option go wherever it's going to go. Because at the moment, it's worth $12.46 book value. That's the value of the contract, plus time value, of course. But in book value terms, it's $12.46. Now, what happens with the stock all day today, all day tomorrow, and all day Friday? They're going to go to 240. If they do, the stock goes to 240. You're 60 in the money again. You can buy it back and write a $300 call contract, good for 6 months, probably for just as much money. Most likely you can. But you could make a rollover now if you want to, or do nothing. If the shares go down to 170 Friday afternoon, this contract is $10 out of the money. You're now, your call has no value other than whatever time is left on it. So you're in the control position. Believe it or not, you're in control. When you write a contract, you're not helpless. You have moves you can make, and you're still looking at them. So up to you how you want to do this. Space is just tourism. Rocket Lab is the industry as a whole. I'm bullish on Rocket Lab. Right on. Gio, Auntie, remember VACQ went to 999 one time. That was nice. Hostergaard, Rob, I feel like they tend to back off after the earnings after run-up, so you might be right. Rob, I did it with Smart last week, and it went from like 16 to 1250. Anyway, yeah, it could go one way. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. Oh, it went lower than that. I bought plenty of it. That was just a couple weeks ago. When it all goes down, as Rocket Lab, of course. What can I say? Auntie, I care. I bought as much as I could when I saw it at that price. Two friends of mine were tripping hard when it dipped. Buy the dip. Don't be a paper handler. Everything down today, huh? Pretty much. It's a negative day. We got a 118-point drop on the Dow. We have a 18-point drop on S&P. We have a 126-point drop on NASDAQ. We've got Rocket Lab holding a gain of 44 cents to $14.94. High today, $15.70. GameStop down 672 to 192.28. We're down 55 cents on SoFi, $15.30. Matterport down 39 cents to $15.72. 23andMe down 11 to $8.06. We got Smart Rent down 18 to $12.25. We've got Spire Global down 9 cents, $10.56. We have ATIP down 18 cents to $4.12. Sextera down 41 cents to $9.53. We got AMC down $1.50 now, down to $46.34. Robinhood down $2.21 to $39.92 on Robinhood. VanEck down $4.66. The chip supply companies that can't make enough chips, they can get top dollar for every chip they make. Every chip they make is pre-sold. The ETF is down 470. Does that make sense? Not at all. But there you go. That's today. Welcome to today. Home Depot down 82 cents. IBM down 15 cents. Why IBM? Down 113 on the Dow. NASDAQ, Microsoft down 215. Apple down $1.98. Tesla down 27 cents. Bed Bath & Beyond down $1.10. BlackBerry down 35 cents. Royal Caribbean down 88 cents. Now down $1. Royal Caribbean down $1. Goldman Sachs down 378 to 406.50. That's a $700 stock waiting to be picked up. Man, can you make money buying in-the-money call options on Goldman and then writing call options against it like a poor man covered call strategy. Man, can you make money doing that? I know a guy who does this. He buys in the money contracts on Goldman Sachs and then writes out of the money contracts short term for easy money, time and time again. Nice return on your cash, an excellent long-term strategy. What a way to write calls on Goldman Sachs. Thank you very much for the take home. This is so nice. Amazon up $15, Facebook down 4.25, Google down $13. That's where we're at right now. We're still up 10 cents on Rocket Lab. The last holdout, we're up a dime at $14.60. We're about to give it up. The stock is coming back down on Rocket Lab, only up a dime right now at $14.60 a share. The Dow down 115, S&P down 19, NASDAQ down 134, $14.63 on Rocket Lab, up 13 cents. Oh, my. What is going to happen here? Oh, it's so darn exciting. What can I say? Deep Value Investing says gaming revenue exploded during the pandemic, especially with the new consoles and the shortages. GameStop will see amazing earnings. Wouldn't that be kind of cool if that happened today? I bought my September the 10th call back when it was running, thinking it was going to keep running. Now it's under the strike I wrote it for. Why am I so impatient and also dumb? Anyone? Stacks is a new normal. Just noticed it's the 9th, isn't it? It's the 8th. I got the 6th in my end. It's the 8th. No beer bongs. There you go. 1473 on Rocket Lab, up 23. Didn't quite make it into negative territory, but the day ain't over. We're not done yet. SoFi 1520 down 64 cents. GameStop 191.94 down 706. Approaching 190 a share on GameStop. All of you out there that wrote GameStop contracts on the rollover, you've got to be smiling ear to ear right now. These contracts you wrote for unbelievable money are dropping and dropping and dropping. We haven't even had the earnings come out yet. Unbelievable. 191.94. But, I don't know if the stock will go up this afternoon, after market, tomorrow, or not. The stock might just sit here, 190 to 195, and not do anything. Just drive us crazy. Just sit here. It might go up $10, but it might go down 30. I don't know. Could it be 250 tomorrow afternoon? Yes, it could. Will it? I have no idea. I don't know. Uncle Bruce, you got to put on the green t-shirt, man. Hoping SoFi reverses today and talk about farts, Bruce. You got to talk about farts. Put on the green shirt, talk about farts. Stock will go crazy. The market will go nuts. Find the Yoko album, dig it out, get your stereo, plug it back in, and turn on some Yoko. Please, Bruce, help us. Oh, no. Your show says Tuesday the 8th. It's Wednesday. You confused me. Oh, I'm confused myself. I'm working so hard. I don't know what time it is. I don't know what day it is. How am I supposed to know? I'm just in front of a camera all the time. I have no idea what day it is. I'm just here. We're at 1479 on Rocket Lab. That's all I know. We're up 29 cents. Oh, no. I don't know. A number of children and teens with COVID-19 now exceeds 250,000 kids. The first time since the start of the pandemic as mask and vaccination fights continue. The freedom to kill, the freedom to spread disease, the freedom to breathe on someone else because you're free to do whatever you want. Really? That's interesting. That's quite interesting. Okay. Unique thing. Down 160 on the Dow. Down 24 on S&P 500. We're down 162 on NASDAQ. That's where we're at, kids. 1484 on Rocket Lab. 1484, down 34 cents. Up 34 cents on Rocket Lab. I'm everything's down. I just think this is down too. It's the only one up. 34 cents. 1480. Oh man, that's all I can say. When GameStop moons, how much money can people lose that are tied up with option contracts? They don't lose money. They roll over, and they just keep winning. You win eventually on the rollovers. You see, you folks who don't believe in option writing don't get it, that just because the stock goes up doesn't mean you can't roll over your contract to a higher strike price for a further time out. Sooner or later, the stock will reach a point and then pause, rest, maybe consolidate 5 or 10%. That's where the option writer wins in the end. They are options that they wrote die worthless. They keep the money they've been writing options with, keep the stock. It's at $1,000 a share. They're with you. They're richer than you are. That's just the way it is. But you got to put the work in, and you got to have the chutzpah to write the calls. That's the difference. GameStop and AMC stock right now. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around, says Tracy Chapman. There we go. When it all goes down, says DraftKings. I'm going to do a 1-2 because I need one after this bleed out since June, says Cheddar Stacks. Whatever. 14.75 up a quarter on Rocket Lab. The only green stock in town. Down 122 on the Dow. We've improved a bit. Down 21 on S&P. Down 155 on NASDAQ. Up 76 cents on oil. That's where we're at right now. Oh, boy. Oh, so much fun. So much fun. Might make it happen. Might it happen. Don't you take losses each time you roll over? If the stock keeps climbing, I can write calls, but I don't have extra cash to take losses and roll over. You see, the thing is, when you roll over to a call that is equal to the price of the call you're buying back. Or when you do a rollover, the new call you are selling, writing, creating is worth more money than the call you're buying back. You're actually building cash in your account as you do rollovers. That's what's been happening here with a number of the viewers. They've been buying back a call for more than they sold it for to write another call for even more than they're buying this one for. And they're bringing in more cash, $1 a share, $2 a share, $8 a share, $15 a share, $20 a share, more cash coming in on rollovers. And when you do a rollover with your platform trading systems, you can do the simultaneous rollover through your broker without additional cash required. You can do it. It's easily done. What can I say? The idea is that you cover your losses with new premiums by putting the covered call further out. Exactly. Mike, I got it. Okay, I got it, Bruce. Got it. Thank you, Bruce. 14.92 on Rocket Lab, up 42 cents. Again, it's going up. SoFi down 64. GameStop 191.20 down 7.80. Matterport down 56 cents. And 23andMe down 14. SmartRent down 12. Those of you who have written $300 call options, $280 call options on GameStop, 260s, 250s, 240s for January, April, into next year. You guys are in a position now where you might look at, maybe possibly look at buying back your calls that you wrote when the stock was a lot higher than this, and rolling into shorter time frame contracts for the same kind of money. You might want to be shopping around for some ideas here. Maybe you're going to write 220s good for 2 months instead of 250s for 5 months. Maybe you're going to write 210 contracts good for 6 weeks instead of having 260s for 6 months. You might be able to do these shorter term call writes even now as the stock is backing up. Stock keeps going down, you'll do it again. Stock drops to 170, 160, you'll buy back these 210s that you're writing now, and you will rewrite brand new 190s with 2 weeks to go, a week and a half to go, 3 weeks to go. You're going to shorten the time frame on these contracts just like you started off with, but you're going to constantly bring in either more cash, just as much cash, and you're going to take more and more of that risk away as you bring in the timing. And of course, if you write a contract with only 3 weeks to go, it has only 15 days of trading life in it. Every day it loses 1/15 of its life. A week later, it's lost a third of its value from time already. If it's an out-of-the-money contract, it is dropping like a rock, which is what you want as an option writer. Yeah, getting paid for a stock to not do a lot. That's what it's all about here. Anyway, there you go. What can I say? I'm immune to brain freezing, smooth-brained ape that doesn't take profits and buy back in lower. I'm immune to stocks going up. God will not let me make easy money. He wants me to work for it. There you go. Oh, gosh. $14.90 on Rocket Lab, up 40 cents. $14.92, up 42 now. It's the only green one in the whole village. We're down only 79 on the Dow, though. We're coming back on for the Dow. It can't all be red all the time. S&P down 14.9. NASDAQ down 133. We are coming on the big markets, but we're still red mostly everywhere else. IBM just went positive, up 2 cents. The turn has happened. The turn. YBM is up 2 cents. We're coming back. Oh my gosh, what stock could go green next? What's the next one that could go green that we follow? Could it be 23andMe? Could it be SmartRent? Could those two turn it around quickly? ATIP is only down 2.5 cents. No, it's down 25. We need a bit of a miracle there. What's going to turn green other than IBM? What's going to turn green for us next? I'm watching, waiting, wondering, hoping. I don't know. Down 74 on the Dow. We're getting better. All right. You know, we're on the same wave. This means we're going to be rich. Is this how a slow bleed? Is this the slow bleed, Bruce? Is that what this is? I understand why people play the GameStop cover calls. I'm just not doing it. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna. You don't get why. That's fine too. You're worried about the stock taking off. I know. You're worried about going to the moon. I get you. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to think that way. It's hard. Thank you, Uncle Chris. I thought I understood writing option contracts, but now I understand them even more. I feel like I've reached options enlightenment thanks to you. Well, I do the best I can. There are 10 lessons for you available on the website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. There are 10 lessons waiting for you to do this, to learn this, to day trade covered call writing contracts. How you can become a day trader writing and buying back covered calls multiple times a day, a week. How to generate income from your stock by loving your stock. Love it. You'll love it. But there are ways to bring money in here. There are ways to protect yourself with rollovers. This is why we have these lessons, folks. There are 10 lessons waiting for you. They are cheap. They are bargains for you. You will make more money off of any one of my lessons the minute you start employing some of these techniques. Way more money than the cost of the lessons. I mean, they would just immediately pay you back. Is there anyone here who is watching me right now that has benefited at all from any of the lessons that they've watched? Are any of you ahead of the game, smarter than you were before, making money like you never thought you made before? Are there folks here making money on their options that they didn't think they could do? It's not like I'm saying you're going to be a millionaire, but you're going to bring in revenue from your holdings. Why not be paid to hold these stocks? My gosh, some of you I know put your toe in the water. You had 300 GameStop shares. You wrote one contract. Let's just see what happens if I write one. I still have 200 over here. I'm not going to touch those. And then you do that, and you did it again, and you did it again, and you're going, hey, wait a minute. Why did I do this with all 300 of my shares? This is easy. I have full control here. I can end this game anytime I want. You gotta buy into it. You gotta be comfortable with it. Check it out. Anyway, anyone doing all right? Thank you. The sentiment in the market with our SPACs. My mama said there'd be days like these. There'd be days like these, my mama said. In Intel, hopefully. Even if it moons, write a new covered call on the moon. That's right. Or buy it back and just let it run. Hey, Bruce, is this a crash you've been hinting at? No, this isn't a crash. We don't have a crash. What are you talking about? We're down 0.18 of a percentage point on the Dow. We're down 60 points. We just, somebody dropped their fries. Somebody dropped their fries. Get the broom. I mean, what? This isn't a crash. What are you talking about? Is it? No. Badges. We don't need no stinking badges. Stacks. Austin is saying, was daydreaming the other day and found my dream ocean home in Naples. The problem is the price is $15 million. And the property taxes are $90,000 a year. SoFi is going to have to do a little bit better to get me over there. How far out is everyone writing these things? Just being here has made me smarter, says Bill. My husband and I took 7 lessons. They paid off. 7 lessons, and they're paying up. There you go. Thank you for your kind words. Folks, check out stockmarkersbruce.ca. Catch a lesson 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 and become a little smarter than others. You only need to be smarter than half of the market players. That's all you got to do. You just need to be a 51 percenter. If you can be a 51 percenter, you will make money in this market. The rest will lose. If you study a little harder, watch all the classes, you might become a 60, 65 percenter. Maybe you can become a 70, 75 percenter with some trading experience. Kind of hang around a while and get into the top quartile of the group. And yeah, you're going to make some money here. Austin, I had a dream. SoFi went to $32 before Christmas. Bruce went ballistic and we were rich. There you go. Can you buy that house with SoFi at 32? Question mark. Cheddar Stacks would like to know. $14.91 on Rocket Lab, up 41 cents. SoFi $15.21, down 62. GameStop down only $5.80 now at $193.20. We hit a low of $190.72. Buyback opportunities on contracts. Getting ready to rewrite new ones. They trading on GameStop. Matterport down 48 cents. ME down 14 cents. Smart Rent down 18 cents. Spire down 19 cents. ATI down 24 cents. Sextera down 41 cents. You notice how the SPACs are down pennies? They're down pennies. They're not down dollars. There is no crash. Pennies. Your stocks give up pennies and go up in quarters. That's what's beginning to happen here. When your SPACs make a move, these former SPACs make a run, they go up $1, $1.50. When they go down 18 cents, 33 cents. Yeah, some of them have a dollar move because they had a couple of dollar moves. But they're giving up less. They're giving up a little to gain a lot. Little to gain a lot. Get ready, kids. You're about to get richer. Hang around. You're going to get richer. Austin, I would lose my friggin' mind. Anyone within earshot of me would be like, what's this guy on? My clothes would be flying up. Rich, at $32 a share, that means you are half rich already, considering as it's trading at 15. So you're already halfway there. I admit, Uncle Bree, I paid for your classes, but I've been a bit busy to study them. I will, though, I promise. And you'll learn stuff. 32 would give me $250,000 and a massive heart attack. There you go. Just being here, I feel dumber. That's definitely some forced math and outlook. I'm halfway rich, boys. If it pushes back near 200, I'm writing another waiting for another dip. I'm going to write another call, look for another dip. Can take that BS attitude elsewhere, Forrest boy. There you go. Well, there you have it. People are nasty sometimes, and they lash out. 15.05 on Rocket Lab, up 55 cents. It didn't go down. It got down to that 14. What was that? 14.70 the other just a few minutes ago, but it couldn't go lower. The low of the day was 14.51 just after the opening. And here we are at 15.05, up 55 cents on Rocket Lab. SoFi, 15.28, down 56 cents. GameStop, 192.72, down 6.28. Matterport's only down 40 cents now. ME down 16. Smart Rent down 15. Spire down 19. ATIP down 23. Sextera down 38. They're not giving up a lot of ground here. YBM up 16 cents. The turn. It has happened. YBM is showing us all. We're going higher. If that stock goes higher, everything goes higher. It's the leader. It led. It turned first. Watch out. We're only down 83 on the down. We were down much more than that. 15, 16, up 66 cents on Rocket Lab. Okay. Uncle Bruce, I had a chance to watch The Wolf of Wall Street again the other night. Was that a more sensationalized description of Wall Street or pretty close to the norm? It looked like the Wild West. It's a Hollywood movie. And so in the span of 2 hours, they covered 20 years of time. They got to the story quickly. They gave you stuff to watch that would kind of have you stick around. There were shenanigans. There was some realism to it, a lot of exaggeration to it. There have always been, and there always were, back in the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, there always were hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of employees of brokerage firms across North America. Between Canada and the United States, there were many, many hundreds of thousands of people in the business. A very few number of people did what these people did. We all heard about them. We all heard the rumors and the stories, but very few people did what these people did out of the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of us that were in the business. Many of us in the business were older, much older than those characters. So many of us were that age. The average life expectancy of a stockbroker back in 1985, 1980, 1978, back then, the average number of years that someone spent as a stockbroker, 7 years. 7 years. So if you lasted longer in the business than 7 years, you were considered a veteran. Because many left in the first year, 2 years. They gave it up. It was just not for them. They realized, I thought this was for me. This is not for me. Many quit quickly, but many, many more dropped out in year 4, 5, and 6. Many. And a bunch dropped off in 7, 8, and 9, and 10. So by the 10th year, many were gone. And you would be hard-pressed to find, out of 50 stockbrokers at some brokerage firms, you'd be hard-pressed to find very many with 10 years or more experience. Very, very hard-pressed. A very stressful business back in the 80s and the 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Very stressful. We didn't have all the tools we have now. We had to deal with the customers directly on the phone. We had to talk to them. We had to see them in person. They could walk into the office anytime to see us. Stressful. Bad days were bad days. In-person bad days. You got up in the morning, you went to the office, you put on the suit and tie, and you took the heat. And it was tough. And you had to really pay the price to be a broker back then. Today, millions of you have never met a stockbroker. You never will meet a stockbroker. You're talking to a former broker here. There's very few of us around anymore. Most of us don't want to talk about the markets because we're just trying to forget the horror of the experience. And there's some of us like me who just laugh it off and just go, hey, yeah, that's life. What are you going to do? It's part of the world. It's part of our existence. But Wolf of Wall Street was a unique movie. There was some realism to it, but there was a lot of exaggeration to it too. Made for a fun movie, though, didn't it? Yes, it did. I like the movie Margin Call. That's a very good depiction of modern day markets in a way. It's more of the bond department and all that, but nonetheless, The Big Short. Kind of like The Big Short, but again, it's not the retail broker's experience. It's the institutional side, but very revealing and very educational. I agree with that. Very educational. But the retail brokerage experience, I don't know if they've ever done a real movie about that. Like they've done the exaggerated movie Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, that was it was. Yeah. But like I said, there was a lot of realism to it. But yeah, the retail brokerage thing, Wall Street from way back when Michael Douglas, huh? What? Yeah. What was the name of the actor who was the broker in Wall Street? He was on 2.5 Men. Yeah. Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen. They depicted a rookie broker fairly well. That was fairly reasonable for 1980s, the 80s. That was a reasonable, but again, they exaggerated his the whole thing. It just went stupid crazy. The guys around him were much more real, especially the guys having a tough time. The older guys who were being kicked out, who were being eliminated, that's real. That's real. You're here today, you're gone later today. There were a lot of people who thought they would be lifers and lasted 5 years, 8 years, 12 years and got let go. There was a lot of that back then. Of course, the industry was evolving. The brokerage industry evolved starting in the 70s, late 70s, 80s, dramatically. By the time the year 2000 rolled around, you couldn't recognize the stock market from 25 years ago. Not brokerage offices, not employees, not anything. Everything dramatically changed because banks took it all over. The banks got in there. They were allowed in. They shouldn't have been allowed in, but they were allowed in. And they completely took out the family-based firms, all the regional-based brokerage houses, all the partner-led firms. Very few of them are left. All got eliminated. And so the bankers say it's for the better. Those of us who got knocked out say it's not. And then who has the money? The banks have the money. Who has the PR departments? The banks. Who controls super PACs? The banks. Who can keep messaging the system to messaging the message today? The banks. We can't. And so there's very few of us left to tell you, this is real. This is bunk. But yeah, interesting. Yeah, funny movie, interesting movie. Why do some companies choose to do earnings reports after the market close? Well, others do it at the opening. Is there a strategy? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's the brokerage firms that are asking them, would you mind doing it after the close? I don't know. It used to be during the day. You'd halt the market, stop trading for half an hour, build a suspense, release the financials, 15 minutes later, call for trading. And let's see what happens now in the middle of the day. I like that strategy because everyone's watching. Because after the market, half the guys are getting pissed at the bar. They're all getting drunk. They don't give a crap. If it's early in the morning, they're not awake yet. They're still hungover from last night's piss fest. Do it in the middle of the day. I'd be happy with that. It's just me. ATIP 250 calls are a great deal. I keep snapping them up on the dips. November 2021 and January 2022 and even December 2022. I say, way to go. Scoop these, steal these for nothing. I agree. It's been a hot girl summer in Las Vegas, Uncle Bruce. It's been a hot girl summer in Vegas. You'll see when you get there. Ha ha! Lobo blasting. Lobo blast. I don't know if you know this, but I'm not traveling by myself. I'm not traveling with I'm not traveling with another guy. It's me and
it's okay. Life's a museum.
it's me and a hitter. I travel with a hitter. She's talking nice right now. She's saying, it's a museum. You can look, but you can't touch. I travel with a hitter, and you got to be careful talking like this. I like to read comments. You get me into trouble. These kinds of comments. She hears these. She's right there. She's right there. Oh, I'm in such trouble. I bought back my GameStop 145 covered call on the dip today for $250. I made over $2,000. So I see. You paid $250 total, and you made over $2,000 on it. Beautiful. They would have expired this Friday, but I was nervous that the stock might soar on earnings, so I didn't want to be too greedy. So hey, buy the covered call for $250. You wrote it for over $2,000. Nice, very nice, Nancy. I am proud of you. Well done. Oh, we have a tough guy. He says, Ford. You can make at least $1,000 a month by running GameStop calls. If you have 100 shares, you can make at least $1,000 a month doing it. If you know what you're doing, and there are lessons available for you. Yeah, IBM up, laughing out loud. Yep, tough on negative Nancy. No, we're not worried, says Freethinker. We're buying and holding, drying up the liquidity. The people who hold GameStop are the reason GameStop popped off, and nearly the reason why everyone here right now after we found Uncle Bruce's YouTube channel. There you go. Mike, it happened. Folks, writing GameStop, you mostly writing close within like a week or two. Is that what you're doing? This is a question. Are you writing really short-term contracts? There are folks writing contracts that die this Friday. They are writing them to buy them back later today. There are people writing calls that die this Friday that are not going to buy them back. They're writing 200s or 210s, and they don't expect to buy them back at all. They're going to die worthless. That is the strategy amongst a number of people here. A number of others here are writing calls that die this Friday that are going to buy them back this afternoon for less money. Why? They're one, the contract's out of the money. Two, 3 more hours will have passed by, and that's less time left for the contract to live. It will shrink in value. You make $1 a contract on a write. You write it and buy it back for $1 less. You just made $100. Now, if you can do that 4 times a day, you're making $400 a day. If you write a contract in the morning for $12 and buy it back in the afternoon for $8, you've made $400 profit. People do the math and go, let me see. If I can make $400 in a day, that's kind of like making $2,000 a week. That's kind of like making $100,000 a year. And I work full-time for my boss at so-and-so sucks company, and they pay me $60,000 a year. Why would I do that when I can do this? I'm watching Uncle Bruce for these lessons, and I've figured out how to do this. Why should I do that? You see, there's this and there's that. It's the Seinfeld thing. You see.
I want to know what product they make.
I want to know what product they make. Yeah,
At so-and-so sucks.
At so-and-so sucks company. I didn't like that movie. I like Big Short much better. And Wall Street, of course. The Big Short's really good. Good movies. Those are good movies. Margin Call. I liked it. Did you see the effect of the propaganda via social media? Do you see the effect of propaganda via social media? A guy makes fun of me for being a tough guy, for telling him to take his negative attitude elsewhere. Cheddar, I love you, and I don't care what anyone says about you. And I'm glad you're here, and I don't think you should let it get to you. And whoever's picking on you shouldn't pick on you, and I'm glad you're here. A free thinker, when you roll the covered call, someone buys it. If it is exercised, that offers liquidity. Well, there you go. You see. They are trying to brainwash people not to stand up for themselves or what is right. There you go. Austin, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you could do it, but it would be interesting to see how many millions of shares the Uncle Bruce crowd owns. It would be interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't know how many we have. I know we have a lot through our options and everything else. We have a lot of stock here. We have power. We do. Past the 50 period SMA on 1 minute chart. I don't know what that means. Pick nose. I watched Margin Call recently. P good. Don't know what that means either. Was interesting how each executive of the management chain asked for dumbed down plain English explanations. Yeah, right at the very top. Talk to me as you would talk to a 10-year-old child. I love that line. I just love it. Do not give me the fancy talk. Talk to me as if I'm an 8-year-old child or a 10-year-old child. Just explain it to me real simple. Where are we at? I just love that. It's settled for a retail movie. Coke and hookers, not an exaggeration. Make it around GameStop. How about The Big Short? Good morning, Jen. Make a retail movie that involved AMC, that could also be a good one, or involving GameStop and AMC. Jen over there sharpening the Yoko album. It's a hot girl summer in Creston household too. That's right, anti-PC. It's a hot girl summer. There's a hot babe sitting right over there that'll slap you around at the mere mention of never mind. A free thinker, the bank CEO, comes in and says, it wasn't smarts that got me here about over-leveraging themselves for greedy profits. He says, we just can't help ourselves. There you go, Margin. I love that movie. Austin, when I get rich, do I have to get new rich friends? Or can I hang out with my Budweiser buddies? No, what you hang out is you hang out with new rich Budweiser buddies. You see, you still drink Budweiser. You just drink them in nicer glasses. Or you drink them in nicer surroundings. That's all. It's still the old Budweiser. But you might find that Austin, when you become rich, you realize that the other richies that you're hanging out with are just like you. They know as little as you know, or as much as you know, and they're identical to you. They just happen to have a little more money in their bank account. That's all. Rob, you can keep your Bud buddies, but just don't tell them you're rich. There you go. Deep Value. Bruce is the truth, says Deep Value Investing. Well, thank you. Free thinker. But if it runs up, you have to chase them uphill with either further out or closer into the money covered calls. It turns profit once you see a real downturn. It's a bearish bet. That's right. That's right. You eventually will win when the stock tires out and it backs off. And when it backs off, they always go down faster than they go up. That's the other beauty part of writing call options. When the stock gives it up fast, and you get these gains instantly. It's awesome, son. Thumbs ups for Bruce. Thank you. Neat. Thank you. Carter, we make HR software. Rock and roll. Hallington, I took a lot of gains early day yesterday. Free thinker, all of your positions based on the idea that it's going to really take a shot. Most of us will roll with it if it does, but I've mostly grown to appreciate that it's not. It's okay. Whichever works for you. And to just play the volatility, yes. Buddies bought them back at a discount today. There you go. If 100 people make a guess as to how many shares we have, the average of our answers wouldn't be far off. That could be it. Is there a reason we never see you below the waist? Yes. Oh, I'm going to continue. Is that because all the electrical wires are hidden so that when you talk out of turn corrective measures are taken by Jen? Whisper if you need help. You've never seen me do a video outside, have you? You've never seen me walk around because I'm wired. I'm all connected up. That's right. Jen's got me on one of those little things, you know. I say something wrong. You know. Where do you think the zzz comes from? You think that's an expression I made in the market? Zzz. No, that's me. That's me making that noise. Because every time she hits the zzz button, it makes that zzz sound. 15.18 on Rocket Lab. We're up. Smart Rent has gone positive. We have 2 green stocks. Smart Rent is up a penny right now. We're back, baby. We're coming back. We're up 32 cents on YBM. The market has turned. Smart Rent is up a penny. So Rocket Lab is up 74 cents. It's all over. The sell-off is over. The crash is over. The depression is over. The Second World War is ended. It's the 50s. It's good times. Rock and roll. Here we go. Chubby Checker and Bill Haley in the comments. It's all good times. And Elvis is around the corner. Watch the markets take off and make you all filthy rich. Oh, this is going to be so good. I wrote a 3-week contract, says Nancy. Auntie, that's exactly right. Jen is the hottest babe around. There you go. Deep value. Soon we will have trillions worth of stock. Trillions. And a whole lot of holds. Apes will turn the profit takers once it hits 500 plus. Fumbler. Andy, he doesn't wear pants. I think we need to hit 500 thumbs up before Uncle Bruce takes his break. How are we doing on the thumbs ups anyway? 422. We got 422 thumbs ups here. That's pretty good, you know. It's not too bad. But, boy, it would be nice if we can get some more in here. If you can hit those thumbs up button, man. Did you hear that laugh? Anti-PC wants to know that. He's over there. Right over there. Bruce is really a Tesla bot. That's what he is. He's just a Tesla robot. SPRT is up too. Hope it's going higher. See here. That's not one of my stocks. Maybe it's one of your stocks, but not one of my stocks. We've got a 76-cent gain on Rocket Lab. We're down 48 on SoFi. We're down 6.17 on GameStop. We're down 25 cents on Matterport. That's coming on. ME down only 15 cents. Smart Rent up a penny. Aspire down 19. ATIP down 20. Sextera down 35 cents. They're all coming on. These stocks are all improving here. And how many will go green today? This will be interesting to watch. Are the GameStop earnings before opening or after the market closes tomorrow? After the market closes tonight. Today, this evening, to GameStop is today. Rocket Lab is today. Don't be going anywhere. Be back here for my 3 o'clock show. We'll be here for the earnings on GameStop this afternoon. Can't miss it. We're up 82 cents on Rocket Lab. 15.32. We're only 28 cents below, 38 cents below the high of the day. How about that? We're up a penny on Smart Rent. Who else is going to turn the corner here? Who is close? The Sextera's coming on. We're only down 29 cents. 964. This is the high price. The high is the day here practically. 966. We're at 964. We're at the high of the day here. Sextera coming on. 1.7 million. It's happening. It might go higher here. It might go higher. It can do it. Oh, it can do it. ATIP down only 19 now. Spire only down 19. Smart Rent now up 9 cents. 23andMe only down 13. Matterport down 34. SoFi down 47. SoFi was as low as 15.14. It's 15.37. It has turned around by 23 cents already. Still went down 47 cents. Coming on, 8.4 million. Let's go, SoFi. Make everyone on this channel rich, 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 rich. That would be the way to go. I kind of like it. I kind of like that move. Let's see what happens. 15.19 on Rocket Lab, up 68 cents. Go, baby, go. SoFi coming back. Skosh. Just you know, it's coming. It's a spickle. It's coming. It's trying. Keep it going. GameStop only down 580. It's coming back. GameStop got as low as 190.72. It's now 193.19. Might come back. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Wow. Exciting. Down 581. That's all it is. Interesting how this market is reacting, isn't it? Isn't it? What happens when the demand for options fall? No more rolling over cover calls, just saying, there are always speculators in the options market. It is a multi-billion-dollar, huge market. It is in tens of billions changing hands all the time. GameStop has a huge following globally, and the options are very liquid. So I don't think that's going to be a problem for you. Unless you've got 100,000 shares, I don't think you're going to have a problem writing calls, buying calls. You're going to be fine. Bill, will you be staying longer for the earnings after the earnings come out? Well, I'll be on tonight. I'll be on at 3 o'clock this afternoon until the earnings are out. I'll be around. I'm not going anywhere. Nothing lasts forever, says DraftKings. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does. It always lasts forever. Love lasts forever. Yeah. Blinded by the Light, that song never ends, lasts forever, and they always play it forever. The things that last forever. Yeah, American Pie, that damn song lasts forever. Oh, don't be telling me DraftKings things don't last forever. Crap lasts forever. Stairway to Heaven, they keep playing that damn song all the time. That lasts forever. Give me a break, man. Things last forever. DraftKings, you're obviously under 30 years of age. You're just a kid. You don't know what you're talking about. You're obviously just a child. Are you a child? You talk like a child. Oh, things last forever. That laugh lasts forever. I'm laughing my butt off, says Free Thinker. I love that song. No, you don't. Stop it. You stop right now. Fanville, DraftKings, as of right now, the further out that you can roll over for GameStop is January the 20th, 2023. After that, you can still roll, but lower, higher strike, not time. See? I can always do it. DraftKings is smiling and laughing. Nelson's laugh. AB, radio DJs used to put on American Pie and then run out to do grocery shopping. That's right. And they hoped there was a skip in the record so it would last forever. And they go take a dump at the same time, those buggers. Oh, I hate that. The song that will never lasts forever. My wife's attitude also seems like it will never end. Hopefully, I'm wrong about that. Oh, there are some bad songs out there. Oh.
That's why they left
Drop it off at their house, come back. That's right. They would go to the groceries, go home, drop it off, come back to the studio. But shut the hell up. Gosh. Oh, stop it. Blinded by the light, blinded by the paycheck. Give me a break. Oh, garbage crap. Play some good stuff, will you? Jeez, come on. Give me a break here. Oh, man. That song... That song makes me so happy. I cheer up every time. Oh, shut up. Oh, give me a break, Anti-PC. Give me a break. Oh, man. Garbage. Oh, what's going on here? Something's going on over there. I don't know what it is, but something's happening over there. Yeah, there's some real crap out there. Oh, there's been, those DJs in the 70s. What was it? Oh, yeah, it was what year was that American Pie? That song came out in, 70, 71, 72? And then they made it the Song of the Year, which meant they played it even more. I mean, Song of the Year. Give me a break. Oh, no. Freebird. Talk about long songs. Oh, no. Uncle Bruce is ready to rock. That's right. Laugh out loud. Sassy. Uncle Bruce is sassy today. Can I say? So many damned earworms in my head now, says Larry. You know we can't be friends anymore, right? You just blasphemed American Pie. Oh, sorry. Yeah, right. Aspire swings like crazy in the tiniest volume. Oh my gosh. American Pie, American Crap. Oh, I hate that song. I hate that song. That's one of those. I can hate that song in 2 notes. Oh yeah. Blinded by the Light, 2 notes. Stairway to Heaven. Stop right now. Just do stop. That's it. Oh, the hatred, the resentment, I can't stand the overplaying of garbage like that. Oh no. There was such good stuff out there. CCR was out there. They weren't playing it. The Eagles were out there. They weren't playing it. There was some really good stuff out there. They weren't playing it. He likes the Canadian Whiz much better, says Free Thinker. Red wine. Oh my. the Big Bopper, Buddy Holly. If they were around to hear that song, they'd be glad they got on that plane. Or maybe that's a bit too far. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was, oh God, he called it garbage. It's garbage. It's garbage. In case you didn't get it, it's garbage. The song is garbage. I hate that song. Hate it. Mr. Blue Sky is my current fave. A Break in the Wall, laughing out loud. I love that song the first 5 million times I heard it. Drought King's a laughing here. Stop, says ATPC. You stop it right now. Oh my gosh. Oh, lordy.
If you lived in Canada, it's really hard to listen to Celine Dion, Shania Twain, Bryan Adams. They just play.
Gordon Lightfoot. April 1.
But at least Gordon Lightfoot has a huge library.
Yeah, library. See, in Canada, we have what's known as the Canadian Radio Telecommunications Commission, the RTC. RTC. And these guys convinced Parliament to pass a law in Canada that makes it mandatory that CRTC can dictate what percentage of music played by radio stations in Canada must be by Canadian artists. It's a quota. And it was like 70% when we were growing up as teenagers. 70% of the music on Canadian radio stations must be from Canadian artists. And you can't play it from 2 to 5 in the morning. No. That's per hour all the time. So you have 1 hour, you have 20 minutes of commercials, you got 40 minutes of music, and you got 25 minutes of that, 30 minutes of that Canadian music. So we would hear Chilliwack, April Wine, the Stampeders, the Something Family. You remember the Something Family? The Rankins or something. Weren't they Canadian?
Yeah.
Then we had Celine Dion come on. Then we had Bryan Adams. And we had Joni Mitchell. Always Joni Mitchell,
but
which
again,
is cool.
Large library.
Joni was great. Joni had but they played the same song all the time. That Something in the Playground song, whatever that the hell that damn thing is. Instead of playing,
they paved Paradise and put up a parking lot.
They paved Paradise, put up a parking lot. They played that a billion times. Instead of playing, they Kiss on Main Street in Paris. Really good jazzy number. Oh no. Then we would hear, like I said, BTO Overdrive, the Guess Who, again and again and again and again and again. I mean, it was just mind-numbingly mind-numbing. And we would drive to the States. Jen and I would fly down to California. We'd rent a car at the LAX airport. And the first thing we do is turn the radio on, FM, classic rock, and hear nothing but the good stuff from the USA. And maybe once every 2 hours, you'd hear a Canadian artist with a decent song. And then back to the real stuff. I tell you, what a liberation that was. What a wonderful thing to have happen. I tell you kids. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, it's just overplayed. Some artists work hard composing it. Yeah, I know. Didn't he buy a guitar from your dad, Gordon Lightfoot borrowed a guitar from my father's music store. They borrowed a guitar for a concert nearby. Yep, the one night. Yep. Preach, Uncle Bruce, preach. Try the Weird Al Yankovic version. My, this here Anakin guy, maybe Vader someday later. Now he's just a small fry. What about Peter Frampton's? Do you feel like I do? The live version, never ends, never stops. I listen to the first 2 minutes of it, and then I turn the station. I like the first 2 minutes of the song, but not that last 15 minutes. So I can't stand that either. I got to go, everybody. I'll catch you this noon for GameStop earnings call. Have a great day. Thank you. We'll see you a little later. My dad used to find a radio station in the car playing American Pie and blast it to make us all suffer like it being annoying him. He'd get us back. I'm about to mute all of you, says ATPs. I'm going to mute you all. Rush. Oh, Rush. How much Rush did I have to listen to? I'm looking at you, free thinker. I'm looking at you. Whatever happened to Bryan Adams? It's like the career went belly up after Robin Hood's Prince of Thieves. Well, he had his 20 number one hits, and he's got his guaranteed playlists up here in Canada. The guy's living off of royalties up here. He doesn't live here. He's doing great. The summer of '69. What do you consider real stuff, Uncle B? I mean, what do you consider the real stuff?
Drums.
Motown. Motown. That's real stuff right there. Anything Motown. Give me Stax Records. Give me Sun Records. Give me early Elvis. Give me Carl Perkins. Give me CCR. Give me the Eagles, of course. A little bit of America, kind of lighten it up a bit. Led Zeppelin. Give me the Who. Give me the Beatles. What's that? Earth, Wind, and Fire. Give me Ohio Players from the 70s. Love Ohio Players. Give me Earth, Wind, and Fire. Give me some stuff. Don't give me that same stuff again. Bryan Adams was like 10 in 1969, but he has a song about 1969 like he's in his 20s. That's called songwriting. That's what it was. Borrowed and signed it. Now, the Canadian government has apologized to Bryan Adams for Bryan on several occasions. South Park movie. The song "Dream On" has moved into the overplayed group. I don't love Bryan Adams either, says Auntie. Love Motown, love Elvis, love CCR, Miss Patsy Cline, Smokey Robinson, adore Led Zeppelin, and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh, there's a lot of good stuff out there. There's much more good stuff than bad stuff. Much more good stuff than bad stuff. But yeah, I love some of the music from the Woodstock era, '69. Canned Heat, love Canned Heat. There's just some. Oh yeah, love Patsy Cline, John Anderson. Yeah, I love Dwight Yoakam. Love Dwight Yoakam. I love it. Love Garth Brooks with drums. Garth Brooks with drums, good stuff. Temptations. Oh yeah, the Four Box Tops. Marvin Gaye. Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder. Anything. Oh, love Stevie Wonder. Yeah. Oh yeah, Paul McCartney, solo artist. George Harrison, of course. John Lennon. Guitars and Cadillacs. That's right, baby. Guitars and Cadillacs. Hillbilly music. I love the collaborations that he did too. Dwight Yoakam and the collaborations with artists that were still up and running. Love Alan Jackson. Love what was that country singer, the great guitarist and vocalist? Vince Gill. Yeah, I love early Vince Gill stuff. Good stuff. Just keep the drums going. Don't give me the slide guitar and violins. Just give me drums too. SoFi grinding. SoFi down 40. We're up 84 on Rocket Lab. We're up 4 on Smart Lab. But we're down on everything else. Oh my goodness, Martin Gaye. Yes, NPC must be kids from 66 for time 1. GameStop is showing some life. Go GameStop, down 275. Go! Joe, I heard it was originally going to be summer of 89, maybe not 100% positive, but the record company thought it didn't sound right. Could be. I had 2 uncles. One loved country, the other one hated it. Oh, would you shut that off, crying and dying music? GameStop waking up. There you go. We're coming back a little bit. Folks, I've been on for 3 hours and 12 minutes. I got to get off. We got a dump run coming up here, and I got to do some work. So, folks, I will see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern Time for the last hour of the day. Then we're going to have GameStop right after that. We'll follow the GameStop earnings today, see what happens with that. Hang in there in the meantime. We're down 136 on the Dow, 19 on S&P. We're down 137 on NASDAQ. Not a bad day. Just a little negative. That's all right. We got to flush out some of the stuff, and we'll move through it. We're going to be all right. Don't listen to American Pie. Whatever you do, don't listen to it. It'll be in your head forever. Listen to something else. Hey, shut the hell up over there. Shut the hell up. Oh, man. Is it country or Western? Thanks, Uncle B. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.